Hello. Are we live? How's it going? So I am live streaming now, or in the future you might be watching back and you'll be like, "You're not live to me." But I am and was alive, and I'm sitting a little weird. I'll explain that. Don't worry about it for now. Welcome if you're watching in real time. How's it going? Oh, it's working. Okay. So we are here to celebrate 5 million views on a video. So we are gathered here on this special occasion, on this holiday, I think. 5 mil miss. This video got 5 million views, so I wanted to do a live stream. I wanted to congregate with my, people here. I know, right now there's 12 people watching, and that number is only going to go up. But first thing, most importantly, even before I get to why I'm sitting weird, which is going to be so fascinating. The 5 million views, the best thing about that right now, as far as this live stream goes, is you might remember when I did my 40,000 subscriber live stream, this one, people were messing with me. See, it's even in the sample clip here, whatever that's called. I bet they have some fancy name for that. People were unsubscribing. And so it was manipulating the numbers, and there was a whole problem with that that turned into a legal situation. But this one, you can't do that. You know what I mean? I've already gotten the views. You can't manipulate it. So who's having the last laugh now? It will be me when I laugh. So I'm going to have an adult beverage. You don't have to. And but you can if you can, I guess. So this video got 5 million views. I wanted to get together and talk about it and celebrate. If you gave me one of those views, thank you. I wanted to formally thank you. And we all thank you here at What's Therapy. And I just, I was pretty proud of that. I was blown away by getting hundreds of thousands of views like a year or so ago. That's really special. That really is special to be able to reach a lot of people. Okay, let me read the chat for a second. I have my whole setup here. First, I'll explain why I'm sitting weird. It's sort of like if you know sciatica, where people talk about sciatica. It's kind of similar. I sort of have that / like what's called lumbar radiculopathy, which is a real thing. And it's not it's radiculopathy. Unfortunately, it's not radiculopathy. I was hoping it would be lumbar radiculopathy, but it's lumbar radiculopathy. Anyways, all it means is I sit too much, probably is the cause of my lumbar radiculopathy. And I sort of just, at the end of the day, sitting, not the best for your body, it turns out. So I'm trying to minimize my sitting. So what I'm doing right now, even though it might look uncomfortable, and it's probably not great, there are probably certain muscles I'm aggravating slightly. It's actually so good. It feels nice on the spine because I'm not pressuring it down into a surface. So just some of you might be like, late teenagers or mid 20s, and maybe you're like, no, actually my body never has issues. But technically sometimes it does, and you have to, adapt your habits. So I've been trying to sit as little as possible. I sit for work. Sometimes I do appointments standing, but I usually try to sit for work. And usually sit when I eat. But I've been really for the last month. And then I spend a lot of my free time doing physical therapy, stretches and exercises and stuff. Just because I kind of wasn't taking care of my body super well. Like since COVID, let's say. Let's just start there. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm trying to get with it, and I'm getting fit, and I'm working out. But this is like comfortable for me. So if you think I'm uncomfortable, I'm actually very comfortable right now. So let me read the chat. Let's read the chat a little bit. Can I read the chat? Let me pull that up here. Okay. And if you're watching in the future, you're like, I actually don't really care what the chat was saying. But you might. You never know. They say interesting stuff. So someone's people are very positive. People giving me the thumbs up, saying hello. Everyone say hello to each other. That's something we do usually on these live streams. Say hello to each other if you remember each other. If you notice someone updated their, photo, their avatar, you could say, oh, nice avatar, Peter DePoet or something. Simply Snaps is here. Thank you. Yes. So Simply Snaps was, obviously I mentioned it in the video. And if you remember every single word in the video, you're like, I know, I remember. Simply Snaps was a script consultant, or the script consultant. I reached out to her because I was like, hey, you seem to know a lot about Breaking Bad. I'm working on a video about it finally after all these Better Call Saul videos, so no one, gets mad at me. And I just want to make sure that no one gets mad at me. So can you help me please make sure that what I'm saying makes some amount of sense? And she provided a lot of really helpful input. And now Since has blown up into an awesome YouTuber with, she already was, but with a ton of viewers. So go check out Simply Snaps' page. If you like art and video games, and Legend of Zeldor, I believe, is the one that she talks about a lot, then you will want to check out Simply Snaps' page. And thank you. Yeah. So for the help I mentioned in the video, but some specific points regarding Breaking Bad. And, it's always helpful to have another set of eyes. I will say I'm working on a video. I am going to record the audio sometime when I can sit for the amount of time it will take to record the audio, because I feel like I have to sit. I might be able to do it standing, but it's a really long script, it's like 50 pages. So it's like really long. It's about a company that's really funny, and we're going to have a lot of laughs and have a great time. So anyways, thank you, Simply Snaps, for joining and hanging out. Not Yours says, thanks for keeping up the good work. What's Therapy? I love all your content. Thank you so much. I have been only keeping up the work essentially on the Verbal Journal podcast, which you can check out, which is really fun, and I have an amazing time. But also, I guess I have done 2 videos recently. They're not. If I was a fan of this channel, I wouldn't really be like, it wouldn't be like the most. I'd be like, okay, that's kind of different. They're more like almost like channel updates rather than like a video. But whatever, you know what I mean? I'm expressing myself when I feel inclined. Okay, so who else? We got some other people here. Some people said hello to each other. And great. Okay, cool. So what are we going to do today? Today well, what should I say about the video? Getting 5 million views. I did not expect that. I knew it was great when I started. I did part 3 of the Better Call Saul series right when season 6 dropped, or was it the 4th one? No, it was the 3rd one. Hold on. When did I release this? Was it April?
Euphoric.
April 2022. So this was right when season 6, and then I said post season 6 update. Wow. Anyways, so that really worked out time-wise, and I just, at the end of the day, it was really cool and smart to do it this way, and I did it unintentionally. I didn't even plan on doing a Breaking Bad video. When I started this series, I wasn't planning on it. You can listen to, it's one of the first episodes of the podcast I just mentioned, the Verbal Journal. You have to become a channel supporter on Patreon or YouTube members. But I really did work out in real time. I guess I'll make a video about Breaking Bad, I guess people want to see it. I guess I could just watch it. So, I just made these videos, and I guess if you make videos or you express yourself with art, YouTube provides a really good platform to make stuff. In terms of getting it seen, you have to sort of brand it right, and I've figured out a lot since you can watch and see how much I improved from this video to this video. So I just really I didn't do that weird background thing. The reason I did the weird background thing on these videos, obviously I've talked about, is you just don't have footage you can show all the time. It would be confusing. I'm talking about some random junk, you know what I mean?
have actually wanted Jimmy to take this terrible advice to live without regrets.
Okay, so that's actually a good counterexample to what I was saying. Because what I learned was actually you can sort of find footage to fit most of it. But then I would have these segments in the video where I just could not find footage that would work for what I was talking about.
Guilty. This is something that I've actually heard of as a negative stereotype about therapy.
Right.
The idea that therapists like me exist to say it's not your fault.
Like, what am I going to do? Like, cut to, like, B-roll of, like, therapists, like, from, like, a stock footage website? Like, you know what I mean? So, I can't just play footage from Breaking Bad. I'm going to, you know, like, so, okay, let me make sure reading the chat is a little bit easier because a lot of great comments in the chat. If I miss your comment, you know, I'm really sorry. Okay, so what else? So yeah, you know, and I'll still get comments that are like, man, like, why did you do those trippy visuals? And I'm like, isn't it obvious? Like,
to people or something like that. But as I sort of indicated earlier, a main goal with therapy is to take accountability for your actions and their...
Yeah, I still obviously feel that way. Okay, so was it hard editing the video, someone asked, or how hard was editing the video? Yeah, I mean, it took a lot of time. I would say 30 to 50 hours. I don't, you know, just editing the video, not editing the audio, which is a first step. Gathering all the footage, not including gathering all the footage, which takes a while. One season I had to go to like a interesting website, I'll say, you know, and like find it different ways. Sometimes I would remember something, but not know when it was from and have to look it up on like a script website that happened to have all the scripts and do Control F. Like I would, you know, there are all these different, so gathering, there's a lot of different stages, but editing the video itself, when you have all the pieces, easily 50 hours probably. I don't know. I mean, it was a lot, and you know, that was all sitting. So yeah, I spent so much time sitting. But you know, and also the other reason I'm like this and not sitting is I think people are a little too comfortable. You know what I mean? People just need to get a little less comfortable. So yeah, editing took a long time. One thing I am very proud of is, so when I did videos on the channel, there would be, you know, sometimes a difficulty uploading it, like the My Little Pony video, and the Grease video took like 10 uploads to get it past the copyright censors. And you know, and the only one I've ever failed in that regard with, in the sense of it got demonetized or whatever the term would be, is this one, you know, which was the good timing one that I was talking about. So that was unfortunate, but what can you do? It was the part I've talked about this before, but the part that got me demonetized is I was a little laissez-faire about, I believe it was, oh man, what a show. You know what I mean? What a show. I don't know. I thought it would. Do I have the number in my head? Is it 30, 31, 30? They're in the kitchen. I think when he's reading the letter from Chuck. I was a little bit laid back with my editing. You know what? It's okay. No one really cared. Anyways, the point is you have to be careful if you're uploading videos. You know, you have like 8 seconds, 9 seconds of a straight video and audio from a media. And it actually, you don't even go by that. You have to do, you know, you have to figure it out. But anyways, one thing which is all to say, yeah, it's still demonetized. I don't know if I could, like, it demonetized or it tripped the copyright censors or whatever you want to say. Like, yeah, it just, I can double check. But yeah, it just, you know, they made it so they were like, oh, any money from this goes to, let me double check and make sure I'm not talking junk. But yeah, one thing I was very proud of, yeah, it's ineligible for monetization because of copyright on, okay, here, 17 minutes in, 17:57. Okay. I was a little bit laissez-faire. I believe that's what that term refers to.
From Schweikart, she said,
here we go. So I was just, you know, a little bit too much, and I'm not going to make the mistake again here. We're going to try to not trip the copyright censors the whole time. So, yeah. But anyways, does anyone in the chat besides Simply Snaps make video essays? Any other fellow video essay makers here? How are we in that regard? Are we, you know, is that like a thing that we're into? Let me read the chat a little bit. I wish I could have, Simply Snap says, I wish I could have saved the Could I Beat Hulk Hogan chapter in the Breaking Bad video. So that is available for channel supporters, Snap. So you can see that. That's part of the masculinity essay that I like just shoved to the side because I was like, this is my thoughts about masculinity in Breaking Bad that like just I can't find a place to put them. My favorite memory of working on that video though with Snaps was that I had worked on it that I had worked on the script for a long time, and I gave her a, like, I don't remember, like, let's say like a 25-page script or something, and I was like, oh, I haven't gotten to the masculinity part yet. And she was like, you haven't gotten to the masculinity part yet? You've written 25 pages? And then she, like, read it again, so it was a fun process. Anyways, by the way, if you're a channel supporter on Patreon or membership for, like, a few bucks, you can listen to Snaps and I having, like, a 2-hour, 3-hour, whatever conversation about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and you know, yeah. Anyways, you got to be very careful with monetization in terms of the copyright. So, did I even finish the thought? My whole thing was I got this on the first try. I uploaded this on the first try. I cut it correctly so that I had no issues with it on the first try. Looking good, bro. I can't believe I forgot to do the Walt Whitman joke. It is funnier, though, if it's just sitting there, right? Okay. Oh, wow. So should I read some comments on the video? I wasn't planning to do that, but... Jimmy the Artist is your favorite, Rourke. Thank you. That's, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you know, I appreciate that. I had... you know, it just kind of was, the show is so good. There's so many angles you can look at it from. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's just a great way to. Just popping by to say congrats. And also, I've always loved the filters and animated noise you create for visuals. They make your videos so distinct and atmospheric. Thank you so much. What's therapy.bandcamp or whatever. There is some music that I've made. And also, but yeah, I appreciate your, if I have to pee in the stream today, we will get to listen to more of my original music as the break music. Matthew says, I just listened to the podcast where you made it to 3 million last night. Right. You are listening through the podcast episodes from the past, which is an interesting way to do it. 3 million. Right. So I wonder, that was probably like a couple years or like a year ago. I don't know. It's sort of, I guess it comes to a curb. What's that called? Asymptote. So glad you have continued to amass an audience. Thanks. It's really, so yeah, I mean, I should say there's, you know, I'm a little disorganized, but I have a plan here with this stream. We have a lot to talk about. It's not just going to be all about the video. I have a playlist of like 50 very weird videos we're going to watch, weird in completely different ways and we're going to have so much fun. So first we're just covering me and how amazing I am and, you know, that and stuff. No, we're doing, I like to, yeah, okay, anyways. Okay. I want to start making video essays, just haven't had the time. Yeah, fair enough. It takes a lot of time. It really does. Yeah, not video essays, shorter videos about anime and manga series. That's cool. That's cool. There was a part of the script that said stop reading here snaps. Okay, I don't remember that. And you didn't stop reading. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay. Okay, let me take off. I'm a little warm. Okay, now we can read some of the comments because I'm ready to fight. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of great comments. Obviously, top comments. A lot of cool people who have achieved through the meritocracy the power of a top comment. But let's look at the new comments. Oh, what is this? 5 million celebration. How did they know? That's what we're doing right now is the 5 million celebration. Wow. It's nice hearing people's thoughts about segments. the podcast again. I have to plug. Contractually, I have to plug the podcast. And yeah, we have a lot of segments there. It's so refreshing to see someone point out that Walt was thinking about the drugs before he was diagnosed. Yes, the memes about Bring Ben. Yeah, I appreciate this comment because I get a lot of comments that are like telling me it's so easy to make, like any chemistry major would know how to make meth. So it's not significant that he knew how to make meth. But my whole point was that the sequence of events seemed like he was interested in going down that road before even knowing he had cancer. That was my main point that I was trying to make there. I don't really know I can't read his mind about why he said, why he seemed embarrassed about knowing the chemistry of meth to his brother-in-law, Hank. Your wife's sister's husband. Okay. A lot of people. Okay, Skylar Polish. I like how BCS fans always try to prove how BCS is superior, even though both shows are entirely different and not comparable. Barely seems Breaking Bad fans doing the same. Trust me, read the comments. People do it from every side. But I never tried to prove that one show's better. If I tried to do that, I would have taken a different tack. Man, what the fuck happened to this channel? Hey, I hear you. Yeah, a lot of comments telling me that, okay, here, let me find a good example. Hold on, because there's a lot of comments. Okay, here we go. It's a nerdy, embarrassed, I think, not a guilty, I think. Okay.
Please say, I think, after.
Phosphine gas. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you know how many comments I've gotten telling me that Walt is doing that because he's being deferential to Hank's masculinity and not because he's embarrassed for knowing the chemistry of making meth? Like, so many comments to that effect. And dude nerds out about something, other dude looks at dude like, huh, dude then says something diminishing himself because of the embarrassment of breaking the social contract of thou shalt be too. I mean, that's a bit slightly different take on it. That's definitely a slightly different take on it, actually. But I get so many comments about that, and I feel confused by them because that seems like a stretch. I'm sorry. I didn't get that. I think he's already, because my point was that he had already been looking into meth and that okay, let's just be clear about one thing. And I don't really care, we don't need to talk about this, but Walter is on that tour with Hank because he wants to sell drugs, obviously, right? We didn't forget that. So then that is his motive. That is what he's doing there. So then when he says, I think, and seems embarrassed about knowing about how the drugs are made, you're going to break Occam's razor in half and not even try using it? He's there to learn about drugs. He's learned about drugs. He's done more than the average chemistry major's research because he was interested after the news broadcast. So he's not just some random chemistry major. I've just always found those comments so strange. I get a lot of them. I wouldn't respond to it, but it's like one of the most common comments. If you've taken college level intro chemistry, you know how to cook meth. It's not hard. That is not my point. That's not my point. Am I tripping? Chat, tell me, am I tripping? I mean, you're going to tell me Walter was being deferential to Hank's masculinity there? It's okay, I guess. I don't think that's clear at all from the text, but you can certainly superimpose that. What is suicidality? It's just a slightly more technical term for the entire process of suicidal thinking and suicidal action and a lot, that everything wrapped up in that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as which is better, look, when they're made by a lot of the same people years later, those people have grown and developed. Artists usually get better. It's not, I mean, you know. Breaking Bad is an amazing show. I mean, it's... You need an honorary doctorate degree for this video. Hey, maybe, you know, maybe that's a fair point. Okay, so a lot of great comments. Look, here's another one to what I'm talking about. It's phosphine gas, I think. Hank stares him down, basically authority checking him, even though a chemist may actually know more than he would. I think it more highlights Walter being highlighted as a wimp, a guy who doesn't push for authority. Him being a teacher is ironic. Him being forced out of his own company, being in line with that sort of downfall. That's why he was so ashamed to assert his knowledge. Yeah, no, I get it. It's like, it's not like that's false. It's not like that's false. I just don't think that that's what's going on. He seems like he's there in that situation. Whatever, I don't care. I've always wanted to rant about this. I don't think I've ranted about this before, right? Bro, why are you leaving out all... I don't know. I guess because I can't talk about everything from every angle, and actually... Maybe you should consider her position in this situation. Man, I think some people, I will say, I think some people just struggle with empathy.
Actions. Finding an out.
To a certain extent, and I think it's something people can improve on. But it does seem to be a common issue. To which I'm saying I believe there are obstacles underneath people's understanding that are hard for us to understand, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hard for me to and everyone to understand. Jenny comments, chemist here, bachelor degree. While I'm sure that I could probably figure out how to synthesize meth based on like the Wikipedia page, I wouldn't know at all what educts, etc. I need. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing about educts, actually. Thank you, Jenny, for bringing up the educts issue, so I didn't have to. Oh yeah, Snaps, I liked your rant about... Yeah, that was more than a rant. That was, I mean, I think I told you at the time you should make that into a video. You should make a Breaking Bad video, Snaps. Seriously. I'm not... You have my blessing. You won't be stepping on my YouTube toes. I don't think that's how it works. People have an insatiable appetite for Breaking Bad videos. Insatiable. That's why I hit 5 million views. Okay, so I was going to... Okay, actually, let me do a poll, right? Because I want to engage my audience. I want people to be entergaged. And I think if I don't do a poll, I'm not going to be properly entergaging people. So let me just do a quick poll. So there are two options of what we do right now. First, we can engage with your audience, start a poll. Okay, what next? And the next thing could be advice about content creating or WTF playlist, which we are going to do anyways after. It's just a question of should I take a detour and talk about content creating and advice for content creators. I just don't know if that's like necessary, or should we just do the playlist of fun, weird videos? So I'll give it a second. You can vote. That's the thing about watching a live stream. A lot of people don't do it, but you do get to vote. So if you like voting, I would recommend live streams because you do get to essentially express yourself democratically often, which is one of the huge benefits of live streams. Now, voting is always a great process where the best person wins, of course, right? I mean, there could be no two ways about that. Oh, by the way, I was reading about chaotic situation in Mozambique. What's going on there now? They had an election and then it's being contested and there's been a lot of protests. A bunch of people escaped from a prison. I got to learn more about other places. Okay, so some people it's clear that some people want to talk about it. Okay, I'll just talk about content creating and we'll just get to the WTF playlist after. Okay, so 9 votes. Hey, that's how really voter turnout is the problem. You know who won the election in the U.S. is, I don't know how to, I sort of set myself up wrongly for that. who won the election is the non-voters. What I'm trying to say is there's too many non-voters. Okay. So let's talk about advice. I put this document together over the last year or two of just like random thoughts about content creating and like making stuff online. And I don't care too much about art versus content creation, or I do. I spend a lot of time thinking about it. But I think I make art and it's also content creating. It kind of overlaps and intersects in a lot of ways. So it's not, it's not a big deal. But the technicalities of it. But my point is, this is my advice for content creating. If I was talking about advice for art, it would be a very different conversation. There's some overlap. Okay. But anyways, let me go to a more reasonable thing. I'm just watching the live stream. Okay. So let me scroll back. A lot of you probably haven't watched it. Has anyone in the chat not watched the Breaking Bad video? That would be awesome if someone was like, I'm not really interested in that. You know what I mean? But I like your other videos. I like your video about leaves changing. I like your videos about expectations and the science of them. That's what I want to hear.
$600 a week would disincentivize people from working. But
wow. Okay, so yeah, I just had a lot of videos. This is a funny one. I bet no one watched this. Wait, I'm gonna trip the copyright censors. That's so annoying. I can't, you know what I mean? This is so dumb. Why am I showing this? I'm gonna trip the copyright censors and it's not worth it at all.
it's capitalism.
I gotta stop advertising the all gas, no brakes in the description there. Not a huge fan of that channel or the Channel 5 anymore. Not a huge fan. Don't watch any of their stuff. For a long time. Okay. So advice for content creators. Let me get to a better situation here. How's everyone doing? Okay. No, why did I do that? I don't want to do that. I could just show them. Okay. So unsolicited advice if you're making videos on YouTube, on the internet. Let me know what you think. I'm sorry if any of these seem wrong. And any of these rules can be broken, but they're just guidelines I came up with. Okay. First, as far as the video itself, just simple. You want to have good production value if you can. Audio especially. A mic like this you can get for a couple $100. You need an audio interface. You need an XLR cable. Those USB mics are not as good, but they are fine if you can't afford this yet. If you can't afford it, get an interface, get a cable, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you have good audio. Put a blanket over yourself in some capacity by, making whatever you need to do. Make a DIY booth so you can get good audio. Figure out how to edit, figure out Premiere. Just get something that is workable. Big deal is intros. That was something I learned. I was thinking the other day, I think Jay Aubrey or who's someone who like really had good intros. And I was like, damn, I gotta have a good intro. There were just some channels I was like, okay, intros are really important. So, the first 20 seconds, make it, and maybe show it to friends or like, you have to put yourself in the position. If you're trying to grow your channel, if you're just trying to do whatever, then whatever, do whatever. But if you're trying to grow your channel, you have to do something that's going to draw people in and a wide variety of people. So rewatchability, I think, is a big deal too. Making sure that you make something that people could watch again. I think that brings a lot of value. I think that's just probably a good practice. I think that's good for you and good for the video. Next up is hitting the algorithm. This is like a segment within a segment here. So hitting the algorithm. So if you want to hit the algorithm, my advice, and again, I could be wrong. Release your video on Friday or Saturday around 10 a.m. at the time of your audience, your main audience. So you want it in the morning. It gives time for the video to show up in your subscribers' feeds over the next 5 to 10 hours when they check their subscriptions. So people, if you're doing a video like mine that's like an hour long or more, people check their subscriptions. They're like, I don't want to watch that right now, but I want to watch it later. They do watch later. They do add it to a playlist. You do it early in the morning. I think it's better. It's in my experience, it's better, but you might find something else. If you do regular content, like, every day, 5 days a week or something, I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but I don't know. It depends on obviously what you're doing. But if it's like an event and it's like once in a long time and it's a certain event, maybe you could post in the evening and it doesn't matter. But it probably doesn't matter for most things. I release all my Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad stuff on Friday mornings, all of them, I believe. And many of my earlier videos too, and it seemed to work well. People have the whole weekend also then to watch it and add it to their playlist. So, titles, shorter, not too long. Oh my God, I quoted one here for myself I'm not gonna call them out. Is that a real? I don't know if it's a real video that I quoted here in my doc. I'm not gonna call them out. But don't do too academic stuff. Welcome, Sophie, to the stream. Be a little, you can do academic, but like just do a title that, imagine something that like, imagine the breadth of your audience, the wide breadth of your audience and people, I just think it's something where you want to make sure. Also, there's a reason I didn't put part 1, part 2, part 3 in my Better Call Saul videos. I don't want people to know that. I want to trick them into clicking on it because frankly, it's not a trick. You don't need to watch the other videos. I'm designing them that way. So I don't want to put part 1, part 2 in it. That is going to scare people. Who wants to click on part 3? That's scary. People want to click on Kim and Jimmy's Love. They don't want to click on part 3. Maybe there's exceptions. Don't put your channel name in the title. I don't know why people do that. Maybe do it. Maybe it's good. I don't really get that, putting your channel name in the title. But, whatever. If you're huge, maybe it makes sense. I get it. You're releasing on YouTube and you're like, I don't want to just be another person on YouTube. I'm more important. And you are, but at the same time, I don't think you don't need to do that. It doesn't help, I don't think. Sort of relates to that. When you're posting, think about how it looks to your subscribers and also to people who don't subscribe. Because if you're going to grow the channel, you have to not subscribe. You have to appeal to people who are not subscribed. Are you trying to appeal to all of them? Okay. Next up and last up, this is the most important category to some extent. Sustaining yourself online, just being like healthy, mentally healthy, and existing online. Just keep in mind, the internet is a very weird, artificial thing, obviously. It plays by natural laws like everything does, but it's very artificial in and of itself. And you have to kind of always keep that in mind and try to be a healthy person even when you're engaging with a completely artificial interface that is often designed to engage your attention in ways that might not always be conducive to your own health and life. But sustaining yourself online is, about your life. So let's talk about sustaining yourself online. First thing is, if you're a creator, don't worry about deleting comments. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all, actually. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that. That's totally fine. You're allowed to delete comments. I personally draw the line where something is deletable when someone makes it personal, needlessly. If you can criticize my videos till the end of time, don't talk about me. In my opinion, the comments I have responsibility for them. They show up. People look at them when they watch my videos. They are there. If I make a painting and put it in a museum, do you have the right to write on a post-it and leave it next to my painting? No, you don't. So you can say whatever you want, but I absolutely think all creators have the right to delete comments. Frankly, Think about it. I have the right to disable comments. I did it on my last video. I disabled comments. I don't care. I don't need to read comments. And if it's okay to disable comments, it's obviously okay to delete comments. And it's you can come up with the barometer that makes sense for you, but delete them quickly. Don't stress about it. You know what I mean? People can create a new account. People have a million Google accounts if they want to be trolls. And I don't care. People can try from a new account. You know what I mean? Just learn how to exist. The problem with online is that it creates a false sense of community sometimes. You can have real community online, but you can also have very false, counterfeit senses of community where it just gets abused and people think they have the right to engage with you as if you know them in any way. And so it's like, I think it's totally fair to exert your agency as a creator and say, actually, you don't have the right to have your comment up forever. Make a response video if you want. You know what I mean? No one has the inalienable right to leave a comment that will exist forever on someone's content, period. So it's just like, let me give you an example. If someone comments, this video is the worst video I've ever seen, and I am absolutely horrified by just how genuinely bad it is, it would not occur to me for a second to delete that. Not for a second. And if someone goes, WTF, lisp, loser, cuck soy boy, I don't want to ever have to read your comment again. I don't want my subscribers to have to read your comment. I don't want you to feel at home in this space. I'll see you in a few years. You know what I mean? Okay. So, yeah, anyways, that's how I believe all creators should do that. It's very healthy to not have to worry about, you do not owe people. It's not you don't have to create a free speech zone. They don't exist. So that's not your responsibility. Cultivate a healthy fan base. Also, that's sort of part of that. Don't encourage bad behavior. Don't tolerate anything across a certain line. Don't encourage or tolerate bad behavior online. If you're not bigoted, make it clear. You know what I mean? Some creators are like, well, I don't want the bigoted people to tune out. You know what I mean? Like I'm obviously not bigoted, but I don't want to alienate myself from the bigoted people. But you should, obviously, is my point there. And don't criticize others unless necessary. Expect a response if you do criticize others, and make your video such that you will feel you can stand by what you say and how you say it. Okay, and that's all I had to say about content. That is the content situation, and now we get into the fun part. We are about to get into the fun part. Let me just say, that is what's going on right now. Look at these people having fun. Blue SR says, hello, I really appreciate your video series on BCS. Rewatched it like 3 times at this point. That's nice. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. Wacky Jim. Thanks, Wacky Jim. Sorry I haven't done a Rock Stacking League episode, but I will. Everyone check out @Rock Stacking League, and it will incentivize me to finally I will actually do that sometime in the next 6 months. I literally will record a rock stacking video. That's super doable. Let me type that. It's a YouTube link. Do I have to youtube.com/@rockstackingleague? Is that how that works? So check that out. And anyways, I just, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. And yes. Should I pin something about other stuff? There's other stuff that's going to be fun, by the way. If you don't, obviously most of you probably don't listen to this podcast I do for channel supporters and patrons, the Verbal Journal podcast. But I do it every week, and it's really fun. I'm going to do a new episode tomorrow. I got a lot to talk about. It's going to be really funny. And then there's other stuff coming up that I will talk about on the next episode, which will be a public episode of the Verbal Journal. So I'll see you all there. And okay, so anyways, so look, I have a WTF playlist, okay? I have a WTF
Sprite in
Whoa.
their presence.
So I have a WTF playlist. I have a playlist of videos that are just all over the place. This one's not, I'm not trying to say it's that crazy that they talk to each other. I'm just saying it's all kinds of videos. When will your video in praise neoliberalism come out? Very soon. Once neoliberalism improves itself as a person. By the way, if you're just joining the stream, I'm sitting weird. I thought about adding a title. Like a thing on the stream. Should I do it? Okay, hold on. Let's add a title, add text. So if you've never live streamed before, it's really easy. Anyone can do it. You know what I mean? I'm sitting weird for a funny reason. No, that's not good, right? Because then, does that help? That's not helpful. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm just sitting weird because it's good for my back. Okay, I'll just say that. I'm sitting weird so my back heals. Okay. That way people join the stream and they're not like, why is he sitting weird? You know what I mean? When will you go on Cody's show? Believe it or not, Simply Snaps, I am not getting reached out to by Some More News. Believe it or not. So we are here. We're on the WTF playlist. We're going to watch videos that are quite different. I mean, so this is a 30-minute conversation between these two delightful people, Michael McKean and Bob Odenkirk. I knew his name. I wasn't looking for his name. I was looking to check I pronounced McKean likely correctly. They talked about all kinds of stuff, and they had a cool lamp behind them, and it's very, very aesthetically good looking shot. This is a fantastic shot. I love the asymmetry of the lamp. It wouldn't really make sense for the lamp to be too much down the center. So I do like that.
Certain things that you can say. I mean, David Lander is great at this, Yeah. I mean, he's great with kids. Yeah. It's just things like, how old are you? 13. Oh, when I was your age, I was only 11. It's just like...
So we're just going to jump around. You know what I mean? We're not going to watch this whole interview. I just thought it was cool, and you can check it out. It's on the Movies Flickr channel, which is true. Movies do flicker.
Feelings about it. A lot of people who said, this is bullshit. And a lot of people who said, no, this is psychological. It's real. And other people said, no, it's a physical ailment.
Oh, they're talking about EHS.
I hadn't looked, but is there any YouTube videos about it?
Wait. Wait, what's about to happen?
I mean, I read the Wikipedia stuff.
Yeah, and people have sent me stuff. Of
course, obviously, if you have it, it's hard to record yourself talking about it.
Someone send them my part 4. If you know them, send them. I talk about it so long.
Do you agree?
I go into research. Just send. I wonder what they would say. I cite all the research like, oh my gosh.
They put you in the middle of a field and you yell really loud and they pick it up on microphones 100 yards away.
I just wonder when you got the role. I mean, we sat down to do that first scene with Vince in the first episode, and we had time to...
I'm just going to be pausing it. I'm going to be saying about how much I respect copyright. I find copyright to be a delightful thing. I think copyright is good for the whole family. I think, we should all embrace fair use.
Rehearse, which was great. And you don't get that in TV, and you don't even get it later in the season. But that first episode, there were 13 days, I believe, to shoot it.
Right.
And
I'm just gonna pause it again just to kind of contemplate. How is the video about AI art going? I did mention that. It's basically no progress since I last mentioned it. But I'm gonna record the audio soon, and probably in the next month or two. Wacky Jim's going to therapy for the first time next month. Hell yeah, Wacky Jim. You're soon enough gonna be Wacky Jim and also Therapized Wacky Jim. That's gonna be the full. You can change your channel name probably. Why are they just hanging out like nothing happened? Are the lights on? Was Chuck lying? That is a fair question, Snaps. I think this takes place in a slightly alternate situation. I don't know how to explain it. It's very complicated, technically.
And we had time to do it, but we're very lucky that we got on the same page so quick about it.
We were also lucky that the guy who co-created the characters was on the set directing. Yeah.
Is that not normally the case? Wow. The co-creator of the characters would not always be on the set. Wow. The division of labor sort of getting in the way there of harmonious creativity.
Yeah.
So if he didn't have the answers, nobody's going to have the answers.
Yeah, he was able to talk us through a lot of questions we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for like I don't know, each person is a coherent individual whole in and of ourselves. And then when we're contributing to a creative project, we have to kind of create a unified whole together. And that means really expressing our own unified selves. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I think about it with music a lot. Like, it's hard to have a band. It's hard to replicate this sort of force and like power and passion of like an individual, in my opinion. With a whole band, it's hard for people to get on the same page and work together. And it's very similar theater and acting and drama and stuff to have everyone get on the same page and be, because there's always flaws and there's always, ways that people are just not on point in a given moment or something. And like to have the creative director and the writers there is just so important and obvious to have those minds or that mind or whatever it is for a specific script and a specific episode being there to kind of like almost, I'm imagining almost like a shepherd a little bit, like, but, freaking, putting the herd into its, arms and so on.
But we had to kind of decide at what level our belief was. I felt it as a physical thing. I felt it as real as one would feel a stomach flu.
Right.
Being analytical, being also looking for a bright side. If it's, if this is all in your head, we can fix this.
Right. And that's an interesting factor you see all the time where people give really potentially ill-informed or not fully realized perspectives on a subject, and you realize, it's kind of self-interested, it's kind of confirmation bias, or in the sense like people are rushing to a conclusion that will make something like, if this is within Chuck's control, then he can just choose to end it. But it's also obviously not probably helpful to the character Chuck's perspective to have his sibling think it's just within his control. So I think that's something most of us experience in our life from one side or another. The sort of rush to individualize and conceptualize a problem as located within someone's agency when it might be more complicated than that. That's probably a very relatable theme, I think.
It's not an unknown thing. It's like you really need to maybe go to Bermuda or something for a couple of weeks. Whatever, you were looking for that.
Wishful thinking, yeah.
A way to make it all better, easier.
Well, I think my choice, as the character, is the choice almost anybody would make, which is, if the person insists on it, you have to acknowledge it to some point. And you can be annoyed.
This is really real. I haven't watched this part. I didn't realize they got into this. This is very cool.
I'd buy it and all, but you're not going to get through it by just telling them it's bullshit. It's not going to go away.
Right.
They're both very wise people. I have so much respect for Bob Odenkirk. People have asked why I watched Better Call Saul without having seen Breaking Bad, and it's because I like Bob Odenkirk. I know him from his comedy, and he's seems like just a good person. And they're both very wise, but yeah, it's really, you can learn a lot.
So, and I'm sure he's tried that.
But that's why Jimmy points out to Chuck, hey, when this thing hit the newspaper, when this thing started to get bad again, trying to make it, I screwed up again, and that's why you're feeling it more.
And
Right. Jimmy's then trying to individualize it not only to Chuck's agency, but to his own, to say, oh, it's me, I've caused this problem in my brother, therefore I can fix that problem. This is something we do in our lives. We misunderstand someone's problem and maybe assume too much blame. You know, I talk about this in some stuff, like it's about assuming the right amount of responsibility, not too much, not too little, but the correct and accurate, causally accurate amount of responsibility, so that we can learn from our behavior, because it's not helpful to wrongly assume that we are causing something that we're not causing. But we do it sometimes because it helps us to imagine that we might be able to stop causing that thing. I think it's fair to say.
No.
have you got anyone in your life like that? Because I know with my kids,
Yeah.
if my kids are doing anything, having trouble at school or something, I'm like, what did I do
Yeah, of course.
last week? Did I yell at them?
Of course.
Totally, I could imagine that. I don't have kids, but I could totally imagine that. Wow, that's so interesting.
I'm like, right away, I'm like, what did I do wrong?
I think, and these siblings, you and me, are especially sensitive to that.
He says you and me, that's funny. He doesn't say our characters.
Because you followed me
Well,
into this.
I think Jimmy
Right.
has lived a lot of his life in relation to Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck does this, I'm going to do the opposite, or I'm going to try to do that too. It's just a constant, really strong.
He's Michael's saying that Jimmy is especially susceptible to taking inaccurate amounts of responsibility, or sort of having mushy boundaries in terms of responsibility, due to the fact that Jimmy's been so influenced by Chuck. That makes it even more like, oh, Chuck's, done so much for me. He helped me move out here and get my life together, and also has guided my professional decisions to a certain extent. And then to see me then mess up, I can imagine having more influence on him due to that sort of potential kind of enmeshment, confusion of identities being linked in this particular way, I think is Mickey's point.
Push and pull to whatever Chuck's done.
Yeah.
And that's, listen, I'm from a family of 7. My brother Bill is a really funny comedy
Shout out to the editor.
writer.
Yes.
He writes for The Simpsons for years. But he's got a doctorate in chemistry from the University of Chicago. He spent 7 years getting that doctorate. Now, he would visit me occasionally.
Wow. I didn't know that he had a comedy writing brother who had a chemistry. I didn't know his brother was a writer for The Simpsons, let alone had a chemistry degree.
At SNL, and everyone loved him. And he's so funny. I mean, Conan and Smigel be like, why isn't he writing comedy? He's so funny. I mean, not many people are that funny.
Yeah.
Usually you're like, your friend's kind of funny.
Yeah.
These guys, after 2 or 3 visits, were like, he should be a comedy writer.
Wow. This is going to get interesting, right? Because he's talking about brothers influencing each other's professions.
And, I asked him years later, why did you spend 7 years doing this thing that ultimately he didn't really like that much?
Right.
He goes, well, you were doing comedy. You did comedy, so I'm not going to do that.
Is
Wow.
that healthier, do you think, than someone who would?
It's
No.
overreaction shit that
Yeah.
people do, that siblings and children.
Right, it's hard to be unbiased and to be objective and to be like, I'm just going to do what I need to and want to do. I'm going to do comedy. It's irrelevant that my brother is a super awesome comedian.
Here you go again. Here you go again, sir. You're making it that's not the only thing that went into his decision to do 7 years.
Yeah.
You're not
there's
the
other stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah, wait, McKeon's, how much older is he? 77. Bob Odenkirk, 62. So he's 15 years older. Is that about right? The Chuck and Jimmy age gap, or what is it, 14? I forget. It's been a while. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing a little bit of the, like, you know, I love the dynamic, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
What else did I want to ask you about? I mean, how great was this storyline? Do you feel, do people tell you that they don't like Chuck now?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments where people say they don't really like Chuck, and you definitely see that sometimes. I don't really, you know, I think it's like people have their personal reasons for not liking Chuck. You know, people just overall kind of, yeah, anyways, project their own. I like all the characters to a certain extent. I mean, I don't know if I feel that way on Breaking Bad necessarily, but
Betrayed.
Because they did like Chuck, and they hated Howard.
But yeah, exactly. They're still on the fence about Howard.
Yes.
But they know that he did the right thing that he didn't have to let Kim in on that. You know?
okay, so this is obviously post, you know, the ending.
No.
Yeah.
He really could have said, no, bye, see you later. But instead it's like, all right, I didn't want to tell you this. Yeah. Well,
Sorry, what? Can someone explain what he just meant?
yeah, exactly. They're still on the fence about Howard.
Yes.
But they know
I
that
get
he
that.
did the right thing he didn't have to let Kim in on that. You know.
I'm sorry, I know that there's an obvious answer, but he's saying Howard didn't have to let Kim in on, like, what am I'm just like, it's been a little while, like, let her in on what exactly?
No.
Yeah.
He really could have said, no, bye, see you later. But instead it's like, all right, I didn't want to tell you this. Yeah.
I don't pride myself on being like the expert in this stuff. They're referring to when Howard admitted to Kim that Chuck cut Jimmy out of HHM. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just didn't immediately pull that. Yeah. Okay. So Chuck's, Michael's being a little bit, yeah, Michael's being a little bit generous to Howard, maybe. I mean, like, that's a good thing about Howard, but there's a lot of criticisms you could have about Howard's actions throughout the course of, but he was navigating a very complicated dynamic between his co-partner of the company and the co-partner's brother that worked at the company. So it's certainly complicated. He's obviously not the villain. Neither is Chuck, though. I mean, does Better Call Saul have a villain? Is it Mike? Like, Gus? I guess? I like, yeah, I don't, but he's not the main, that doesn't feel really accurate.
Well, listen, one of my favorite things always, if it's a film or a book or a play, is when you think you know somebody. And whether you love them and it goes south, or if they're awful, and then, Jesus, he's the hero. You know, those things are amazing. That's what's so great about stories.
Yeah.
I mean, these are two artists having a conversation. I mean, oh, Lalo's the villain of BCS. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
You know, is that they can do that. Do you know that this movie, maybe we've talked about this movie, Say Anything? Cameron Crowe's movie with John Cusack.
Yeah.
Isn't there a band called Say Anything?
Yeah.
And John Mahoney's character in that. He's so decent.
Okay, we're going to move on to player scores 3 own goals within 30 minutes. This is a playlist where anything goes.
The Americans, can they take advantage now?
So,
Down the left side with Sophia Smith. Early ball in. That's trouble. Goal!
Yeah, that wasn't good, right?
Whipped it so quick.
Because they were trying to defend and they unfortunately threw off the
Success
goalie.
there. Whipped it so quick. The own goal by Moore on that near post.
So yeah, this playlist is sort of all over the place. You might be thinking, wait, this is kind of all over the place.
Into the box, Macario! Goal!
Okay.
In that right back position, finding so much space. Good ball in.
Is that really the same player?
Again, New Zealand so unlucky in that situation, trying to clear it. But a good run in by
And then it happens
Macario.
again?
And there it is.
There goes Purse. Still Purse.
Come on.
And when it rains, it pours. It is pouring right now.
I bet you they had a good season after that. You know what I mean?
Look at this. Knight c4, bishop c7. You might just win a pawn.
So this is a great clip because it's a big high-level match between two of the top chess players in the world, and there's a huge blunder. But even amazingly, it's like weirdly predicted.
Not quite yet, though. The knight defending that square, but at the moment it moves, you are leaning into c7. No, I got you. I That's what you meant.
Oh wait, hold on.
Look at this. Knight c4, bishop c7. You might just win a pawn.
So Hess says bishop c7 might just win a pawn, but it's a blunder, and Neuroditsky is about to explain why.
Not quite yet, though. The knight defending that square, but at the moment it moves, you are leaning into c7.
Somehow Hess just missed that the knight is defending that square. It would immediately take the bishop if it went to c7. By the way, we can play chess later if you want. I was thinking I might consider that. So.
No, I got you. That's hung a piece there. Yeah, but it's my rules of commentary. You always have to be willing to be incorrect. I blundered a piece. It happens. But no, bishop c7 would be great except for the. Oh no way!
So the former world chess champion Magnus Carlsen then makes the exact blunder that the commentator just made.
Piece. It happens. But no, bishop c7 would be great except for the. Oh no way! Oh my gosh! Oh my.
So that was just interesting. You wonder about energy and how that happened, essentially. We have a very wide variety of videos that we're going to go through. There's 64 in the playlist. Some are very short, some are very long, and we're not going to watch all of them. I hope you're having a good time so far. We're going to take a 3-minute break. Go to the bath. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I don't care if you go to the bathroom. Frankly, I don't have your bladder inside of my body. But I am gonna go to the bathroom. And we're gonna come back in 3 minutes, and we're gonna keep looking at the amazing world of the internet, and we're gonna absorb it. We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna learn from it. And I hope you're having a good time. So take a break, call your loved ones, do some physical therapy, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye. Hey, how's it going? I was told during the break that I should prove that I'm able to physically sit, just to kind of assert dominance in the streaming sphere. So I said, okay, you know what I mean? No big deal. Yes, I did make this music. Thank you for listening and enjoying. You can find, I think, you can definitely find it by becoming a channel patron or member back in a post that's old. But there's better music on the Bandcamp. But yeah, I did make that stuff in Ableton. Yeah, it's like whatstherapy.bandcamp.com. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I make music. I like making music. It's fun. I enjoy making music. Just being a little music guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't explain what I'm dealing with backwise, by the way. But so because I sit too much and because I didn't work out enough when I was younger, my core and my other muscles, like my glutes, are not strong enough. So my back gets like sort of pulled in a weird way. And then my spine like crunches up a little too much or whatever. I don't know what the right verb is. And then the nerve gets pinched. And then I get numbness in one of my feet. And I didn't know what was going on for a few months. It's numbness in an extremity, and you can get that for a few reasons. But I was like, okay. So I've realized I need to just like stop pinching that nerve. Meaning do whatever I need to do for my spine, do it. You know what I mean? So just explaining that because I think that's helpful. You know, some people probably deal with that too. So I just wanted to support the lumbar radiculopathy community, okay? So here on What's Therapy, we support the lumbar radiculopathy community, and frankly, you don't hear enough about lumbar radiculopathy. So awareness for all. Cheers to that. Alcohol is not great for anything related to your health, but sometimes it's depending, it can be okay to have, but for some people. Okay, so let's keep watching the WTF playlist. This is a playlist of WTF videos.
I thought you just did.
This is the worst second serve. Okay, so I'm very athletic. I'm interested in athletics. So that was bad. You want to get it over the net. That's a big thing in tennis. You want to get it over the net. So he just hits it off the... I just thought that was funny. Does that hit the ump? or the ref or whatever. Yeah, I believe it does. They're right off their box, right? Ah! Okay, that's funny, right? That's so retro. I don't remember exactly why I saved that video, but now we got to watch it. Okay, so apparently some sort of premature celebration cost the title. So the white team thinks they're gonna win. Wait, hold up. But at second, they thought it was out at second, and everyone acted like it was out at second, but the ump says safe. And it's quite close. Oh, I mean, that looks out to me. I'm gonna be honest. Right, that's gotta be out. But then because it's safe, now there's a run scoring. And then another run scores? I mean, they were probably out at second, though, to be fair. I mean, right? Do we want to zoom in? How do I don't care. That's out. That's out by a mile at second. The ball's in the glove. So, crowd was right. Umps should be fired. We need to defund the umps.
We love getting your questions.
Oh my god, this video is wild.
So we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows? We might.
So it's from 10 years ago on a morning show of some kind. They had this comedian whose name is Dan Ninen. I always forget his name. And they had him on this show, and it was just the most fascinating experience or like feature I've ever seen. I don't remember where I heard about this, but I was like, it's called the Daily Helpline, and they're trying to help him, and I guess he's there to promote his comedy, but also like for help. I don't.
And our next guest is a comedian who let his anger get the best of him. Dan, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
It's already so funny. So, by the way, a lot of these videos, we've seen some random ones. Some of these videos are going to be so funny. This is the first big, very funny video, in my opinion.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
So you let your anger get the best of you. What does that mean?
Well, what happened was, okay, I was doing, I was doing the show.
He has great teeth.
And there were the audience and the performers were basically a bunch of reporters, some of them nationally well known from some national networks. And so there was one reporter kind of sitting in the back and tweeting about
I like the people behind him. They're just chilling.
What my comedy was.
They don't know about the amazing therapy that's taking place right now.
Reporter kind of sitting in the back and tweeting about how terrible my comedy was, and also about how terrible all these reporters were, okay? And this was the first time that, not for me, but these people had ever been on stage doing comedy, right? And I don't know why I took exception to it, and I just went up to him and I just shoved him really
Oh
hard.
yeah, he physically interacted with, I don't want to say assaulted, I don't know what the right technical term is, but he physically interacted with a reporter at one of his shows who was tweeting negative things about him, apparently, allegedly, according to this video. I have a pinched nerve as well, but I exercise plenty and have most of my life. It's really stressful. What stretches do you do? I have a whole bunch of stretches. I do ones for my core. I'm pulling a band while lifting my legs and putting my legs down to exercise my core. I'm doing, the sort of cat-cow from yoga, and then like maybe lifting up each leg to get my sides. Stuff for my core. But I mean, it's hard. If you already exercise, maybe it's something else you're doing, you gotta get good sleep. Someone says, also love your video essays. Your insights are really unique and really opened up the story for me even more. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you one thing. Why did you become a therapist? Well, I sort of felt like I had to do something to I was just doing dishes at a restaurant or just working in service. And I was like, I kind of could do this. I kind of don't want to do this. So if I don't want to do this, I feel like I have to get a profession. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a psychologist. I don't want to go to school for 4 more years to be a psychologist. I was like, I could do 2 more years, be a social worker, be a therapist. And that's what I want to do because I was good at, I would have friends who were introverted and people open up to me, I felt like. And I was like, I just could do it. I like doing it. And if you don't have any sort of profession, or it's just tough out there, it's tough out there. But I like it now. I've been doing it 8 years or so, and I'm into it, and I could always keep improving, and I'm trying to. That's definitely a 2025 goal, to keep improving as a therapist. And but yeah, it's a great career path. You can sort of work independently and feel like you're having a direct impact. It's not super, I don't know. It's not just I'm working with the spreadsheets all day or anything, but yeah, you get a master's. It could be in social work. It could be in counseling. It could be in, marriage and family therapy or other stuff. And anyways, there's a lot of different ways you can go, but I went social work. I like that, so yeah. I mean, yeah, you just have to, it's not for everyone. I know people who are super empathetic, but it's just I think it would, just certain people are different in terms of people can give help really well, but then it sits with them in a way that's difficult. You have to be able to kind of compartmentalize or move on with your life while you're hearing about, other people's experience, put it in perspective in terms of keeping yourself healthy while you're practicing the profession. There's a lot of different skills that kind of intersect with different professions or vocations or whatever, but so I don't think these people who are interviewing him are therapists. 1 or 2 of them might be. Are they? Maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, one is Dr. Judy Ho, so I'm sure she's some sort of psychological doctor.
Hard twice. And then he tweeted it, and then he had called the police, and I got arrested.
She is nodding very empathetically.
Twice. And then he tweeted it, and then he had called the police. And
I'm making an assumption, obviously, about who's who. I have no idea.
You shoved him?
Yeah. No, they said I punched him, but I didn't actually punch him. So yeah, I shoved him real hard.
Oh, he shoved him. He didn't punch him. Whew. How long did you spend in education, would you say, to be a therapist? And what do you think you need to be a therapist? I went to get a bachelor's, that's 4 years, and then I got a master's, which was 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years. So that's a long time, but I mean, I was going to get the bachelor's. That's just I got a philosophy bachelor's, I wasn't planning on being a therapist. I didn't obviously know exactly what I wanted to do. But yeah, I mean, I have a video about that too, about philosophy majors, open letter to philosophy majors, where I tell people to become a therapist Very controversial. Become social workers. Oh wow, it reached 1K. Look at that. Okay. Cool. So yeah, watch this. So he had this incident, right? And then he goes on this show to talk about it.
And you know, he called the police, and I was arrested.
You don't have to have a master's in social work to be a therapist, but you often have to have some sort of master's. I was just saying social work is one option of that. Yeah.
And so it made national news.
And as far as what you need to be a therapist, you need to be empathetic, but also able to compartmentalize, I guess is the best way I could sum it up.
What's your question for us?
Well, I guess my question is.
Oh shit, that's good. She's good too. She's fucking like, what's this guy's deal?
Oh, it made national news.
And what's your question for us?
Ooh.
Well, I guess my question is, okay, I get criticized.
So this makes it really seem like he wanted to come on the show, right? Like that really establishes
your question for us.
Well, I guess my question is, okay, I get criticized a lot. I mean, online, and there's a lot of people saying really hateful stuff online, and
that will not be me in this video.
I guess it's how to deal with that, and also one thing that I had mentioned also is I was very bullied in school a lot, and like there were like the first day of school, I'll never forget it, in middle school, like and I'm not even Chinese, it was just real and very physical abuse and emotional, and I mean just every day, just relentless. And I still have problems with that, and trying to get over that, being bullied, and
wow, damn, that's really real. And wow, it's so cool that he's willing to open up like this on just like a public broadcast. I mean, I don't know if this like got a lot of viewers on like national television or something. Like, where did this air? Is it just on YouTube and it got 5,000 views? Like, I have no idea.
How angry are you still?
I can be up in front of 1,000 people, and if one person says something negative and the other 999, oh, you're so great, you're so funny. It's just that one person you remember, like, you just stay away from those jokes, or you're not funny. Or
It's not resonating. It's not connecting for me, and I feel like we're not getting to the heart of what's really happening.
Oh my god, because I was gonna say this is indistinguishable from a therapy session like so far, in the sense that what he's saying and what they're saying, and then she's like so ready to advance the tension. It's awesome. I love it.
What do you guys think?
Dan, I think you actually have some good insight. I mean, something that you talked about your childhood and being bullied.
She's probably the doctor.
And that kind of feeding into things. I bet as a child you probably felt pretty out of control of that. There was really nothing you could do.
There's nothing I could do.
Yeah. One of my questions for you is, do you feel like you've actually gotten to a place where you really, truly accept yourself and know that you're good inside, that you don't have to prove yourself to anybody anymore?
Such a good question in this context. Just cut to the chase, right? They're on TV, like, let's just do it.
Or do you still have questions about that?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I gotta play that again.
Do you feel like you've actually gotten to a place where you really, truly accept yourself and know that you're good inside, that you don't have to prove yourself to anybody anymore? Or do you still have questions about that?
I don't think so. No,
I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, I guess I shouldn't laugh, but that is so awesome to be that honest. To be that honest, just to be immediately like, no, definitely not. I don't accept myself.
You don't have to prove yourself to anybody anymore. Or do you still have questions about that?
I don't think so. No,
and I empathize because I think there was a message that you downloaded when you were bullied, and I just want you to. I want to know what that message is. That first day of school. What message did you take away?
Well,
about you.
That I don't look right, or I'm too nerdy or too skinny.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy's a doctor too, but that's, again, like, this is essentially indistinguishable from therapy so far.
Or the glasses, or
in the sense of if you read the text. Obviously not. Usually you don't do therapy. You're not filming it in front of the street.
It's just you're just a loser. And
So do you feel like you're a loser?
Not now, no. But then, yeah. I mean, every day. I mean, it was just torment. I mean, physical. And I mean, I lived in fear, every day of going to school.
But I'm not sure that you don't feel that way because you feel the need to respond to the naysayers when they come after you online. You go back to them.
Yeah, I know, and I shouldn't. It's a waste of time. I got a million other things I
with
could
a
be
lot of
doing.
hostility.
Right. So it's just amazing to see this. Like, what if every person or every comedian had this where they publicly talked about their insecurities and how they were responding to them maladaptively?
Yeah, with a lot
I mean,
of
let's be real about this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't
You're
just,
right,
hey,
you're right.
why did you say that? This hurt my feelings. You can get pretty downright nasty and ugly and angry.
I can, yeah. I can say, look, well,
Dan, have you turned in?
They're just so harsh on him. I love it. It's like you never see this on TV. They're grilling him like he's committed a war crime or something. It's really
What
great.
you despise?
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Hey, why did you say that? This hurt my feelings. You can get pretty downright nasty and ugly and angry.
I can, yeah. I can say, look, well,
Dan, have you turned into what you despise?
Dan, have you turned into what you despise?
well, the thing is,
Are you a bully?
I have not picked on anyone. Like, I help a lot of people, with their comedy. Like, if someone comes to me and says, hey, Dan, I admire what you're doing, and a lot of people do, and I help them.
You
as
keep
a,
circumventing.
Yeah.
You keep going
You're
around.
No, I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question.
In that moment where you were getting
They're just so good. They're like really staying focused, and it's just so unusual to see something like this. And the idea that Dan signed up for this is just such a funny interaction. It's so much fun to watch.
handcuffed, you're getting put into a police car, you're headed off to jail. In that moment, what is going on in your mind about how far your anger has spiraled out of control that it's landed you in that moment?
It's a great, kind of a loaded question, but a good question.
It's like watching someone else, like not myself, just sitting there in the.
But it was you.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah. And it's just like, wow, I can't believe I'm, it's like 10 minutes ago I was doing great.
Wow, it's really a bold choice to do the same shade of purple on the tie as the shirt. And then it like happens to sort of match the chair, but just forget that for now. The tie and the shirt, wow, that's bold.
Everything was wonderful, and then all of a sudden here I am in this.
And you flipped out.
Yeah, I flipped out, and here I am in this police car,
And that's not the first time that's happened.
No.
This is the piece.
Yeah.
The piece that you continue to just glean over. Oh, it was just, well, there was some insults hurled. Oh, well, I just kind of pushed him. Oh, well, I just kind of got upset. These are the issues that until you get real about these, you cannot talk about the way that they are impacting your life. And until you wake
I just can't this is so amazing. Like, when is this type of thing ever on TV?
up and get real about that, nothing is going to change for you, Dan.
Yeah, he does look like Saul.
Nothing is going to change.
Amazing crowd.
All right, so maybe there's something underneath this anger. I see a lot of fear, and I see a lot of sadness. It's probably never seen the light of day.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable television.
Well, hey, I'm open to,
Good for Dan. Like, he comes across as like pretty chill in this video, in the sense of like submitting himself to improving himself as a person. Like, wow.
whatever I would have to do.
And you don't need to do this work alone. You can find a therapist who can help you dig there.
Shout
And in
out.
a similar process that we've been trying to get you to today, they can do that for you.
Very
in a
similar.
more prolonged period of time, over weeks, months, maybe years. But you need guidance. You need somebody to help bring you out.
I feel like I'm intervening on a drug addict here.
Oh my God. I just can't help laughing because it's like they're so serious, and I'm just laughing because of like Dan. I don't know if he expected this.
Who has no clue the damage you're doing to your life or the people around you. And so, here's my letter.
And I hope Dan's doing well. I think he is, by the way.
Seemed like a good guy, You seem like a good man. You're asleep at the wheel. Obviously, we care about you or we wouldn't be spending this much time with you. We've thought enough about you to bring you on this show and answer this question.
Wow.
We're showing up. Now you got to show up.
Spend some time peeling back those layers. And I promise you that if you stick with it,
Wow, they were like prepared.
you'll get to where you need to go. Okay?
Okay, fair enough.
You will. You'll get to where you need to go.
Thank you.
Wow, that was just, isn't that interesting? I just saved that because I was like, wow, that was so interesting. He's just a comedian. He has a YouTube channel. He's just a comedian. It's from 10 years ago.
We'll be back
10 and a half.
with more right after this.
Comes down first, and so I'd count myself. I go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that would be pretty loud. I mean, he knows how to hit the cymbals.
And then, so I do the whole song like that. Sorry, that's loud.
What is punk drumming like different? How is it different than?
Well, punk drumming, I mean, you know, punk drumming to me.
That comedian's name is Dan Nainan. Nainan. And yeah, check him out. He seems, I'm not going to recommend, yeah, there are very few comedians I would recommend. He is not one of them. I just thought that was an interesting clip.
The, punk drumming was always about like the energy, you know. So if you were listening to, you know, like a song or something like that, it'd be like.
This doesn't really hit for me because I don't really know how loud it is. Oh, that's loud.
And because
whatever.
Hey.
So Bob Odenkirk on Conan.
How's it going, man?
This is like get the video copyright not striked.
No, I don't at all. Yeah, so I went and I found a clip of it, and I can't figure out who I insulted.
Well, wait, how long ago were you? Great interview. Change the subject. Change the subject. Change the subject. So, Bob, your new TV show, Mrs. How?
No, it's not Mrs. How, Conan. It's Mr. Show.
Mr. Show is such a good show.
You just have to go over and over. Conan, I have a response to that.
That's interesting.
You've directed? Melvin Goes to Dinner is my first film, and I am.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't watch this stuff. Sounds like they had a nice conversation.
There's some really.
I don't see anyone having a deep therapeutic experience though, and so I'm kind of let down after what we just watched.
Festival. Sure. And so I said yes, and we showed up, and it's.
Maybe Bob Odenkirk doesn't match Dan Ninan's energy, and you know.
It was only 2 years ago.
Okay, well that's that. I don't know. They had a nice chat. So someone takes a photo every day for 25 years. So people do these types of things sometimes on the internet where they, take a photo every day. I don't know how exactly they do it. They must figure out a way to match up the exact spot. Or you can, if you're doing it in a certain app and you can compare, then you can keep redoing it until you get a perfect match. But, wow. It's just interesting. Wow. So that's a long time in the future. It takes a lot of dedication. It's every day. I have something like this I've been doing, actually. It's not every day, though. It's whenever I feel like it. But I have been doing it for like 8 years. So one day I'll post that, but it wouldn't get a lot of views. You know what I mean? This gets 3 million views, but this is amazing commitment to the task. So what are they doing now? I don't know. Okay, well, it's an amazing achievement. So well done. Okay, what's this video? Guy rides his bike through 9/11 ceremony. Sounds like poor taste.
Later, we still feel so strongly about this, and the little acts that we do, whether it's acts of kindness, the things we say, the way we treat other people, working together is so important to preserve that freedom and to really value what we have here. We always had
Oh my god.
Things that happened.
Oh my god. Let's watch that again.
Later, we still feel so strongly about this, and the little acts that we do, whether it's acts of kindness, the things we say, the way we treat other people, working together is so important to preserve that freedom and to really value what we have here. We always had things that
Spikes.
working together is so important to preserve that.
Like, how do you bike? How do you bike right in front of someone giving a speech at a podium? Oh my god, that is so funny. Like, I just don't understand how someone could bike through there, regardless of what the speech is about.
We treat other people. Working together is so important to preserve that freedom and to really value what we have here. We always had things that happened in other nations, but not on our own ground. But this really changed everything.
It's like the Sasquatch video. Oh my god. Okay, so here they made Whiplash not yellow. Which they could do. People have probably done this with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul too. Obviously, they're renowned for their yellowness, specifically in the scenes that take place in Mexico. They seem to use a yellowy tint, and in the desert, maybe in general, they just sort of yellowize it, and it's nice. It's a cool theme, you know, color themes. That's legit. I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I like the original.
Just a hair.
Not my tempo.
Wait for my cue. 5, 6, 7. Rushing. 5, 6, and dragging.
Wow, it's such a good movie, Whiplash.
Start counting. 5, 6, 7. In 4, damn it! Look at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Oh my god, that is not okay. Okay. It's Japanese people making fun of English.
外国人が喋ってる英語っぽいちょっと流暢な感じの Wow! You're so very, very, very 外国人が喋る英語の雰囲気ってなんとなくわかるじゃないですか。なんとなく。ちょっとそれって真似してもらえたりできます？いや出た。Also post also more than das Augen so ein bisschen. Post das
That's great.
Many bus with your face, waking showing this down when they try to with stories and writing. Thank you.
It's like accessing like an unconscious impression of English and the way it's communicated.
So nothing too much, and the conversation now so very similar.
I think, yeah.
吹き替えじゃなくてやっぱ字幕。
Beautiful みたいな。
ありがとうございます。
もう全然デタラメで大丈夫。
デタラメで？むっちゃむずないそれ。
どうぞ。
あ、だからUnited States American みたいな感じかな。
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, next up.
Are you autistic? This video will tell you if you have autism. No.
Dan Henschel is an interesting channel. very well filmed. I like this, the way they very, very centralized and controlled, very artistic. Not autistic, artistic. Oh, wow. That is pretty intense, yeah. That is a pretty heavy door closed. They were really ready to film that, wow. Okay. It's not that amazing. So, top trending Google searches in every state throughout the 2010s. I'm just gonna believe whatever they're showing here. Obviously not verified. A lot of Selena Gomez's. Kim Kardashian in Louisiana. Kim Kardashian all around. Louisiana was kind of on the cusp there. Let's speed it up here a little bit. A lot of Selena Gomez's. People really learning about Selena. Thrift shopped? Thrift shop? What? Slenderman at thrift shop? Bugatti? What is it? What? Wow, this is fascinating. I mean, I guess it just shows how, like, that's a lot of overlap, right? Like, you would think there'd be more variation, no? Yeah, I think when we get to 2020, we'll start seeing What's Therapy show up, yeah. Okay. This is a Super Bowl. Why are people searching Super Bowl? So they can watch it? Michael Flynn? Okay, yeah. Beauty and the Beast? Really? What is this? I find this hard to believe. I don't really... I don't like this. This makes me sad. Coronavirus. I remember that. Yeah, when we considered taking seriously a pandemic that was taking place briefly. April 2020, coronavirus, SpaceX. Hello. George Floyd. Yes. And SpaceX. Wow. Weird. And then George Floyd it takes over because obviously the protest movement itself had started here. Black Lives Matter protests. Black Lives Matter. The Weeknd. Some people... Bubba Wallace? Who the fuck is that? What is this data? I don't like this data, and I'm very particular about my data. This is kind of interesting. It's just names that are... they're writing a name as sort of a... as a graphic, essentially. You know, it's an interesting channel. I don't know how I found this stuff. I just thought it was interesting because I used to do this too with like letters. You know, it's fun to do that. Just write. I didn't do it in the exact same way, but yeah, I mean, you can make interesting kind of logos by overlaying. It's just interesting to write words and overlay the letters on top of each other.
Genitalia, happy.
Okay, I didn't mean to save this one. Kitten almost eaten by hawk. Oh, wow. Look at this. Holy crap. That hawk wanted to eat that little kitten. Unbelievable. Wow. No. Yeah, no, you can't. Get out of here. Yeah, fuck off. You can't. The kitten's like, I just want to be sure here. This is an unbelievable situation. Wow. Caught red-handed. Get out of here. You're canceled. Get out of here. You're fine. You're amazing. No one will ever touch you. I attached an air mattress to the Melodica. So the thing about YouTube is you have to find the good videos. Sometimes you see a lot of videos you're like, I don't want to see that. But these are all the good videos. That's cool. I was hoping the air would go out quicker and it would sound crazier. But it sounds great. I mean, it's just normal. Yeah.
Please help me integrate this using integration by parts.
We use by parts to integrate a function of x multiplied by another function of x.
So check this out real quick. This is the integration by parts formula. And to
Why did I save this?
complete it, we need u and its derivative u.
This is obviously AI, right?
Prime, then v, and its derivative v prime.
So to start, we need to label x and e to the x as
I can't verify the math, by the way. This could be misinformation. I don't know.
either u or v prime.
How do you decide which is which?
I normally choose u first.
Yeah, and try to pick the function which becomes most simple when you differentiate it.
So is that gonna be x here?
You
All right, I don't want to spread math information. First time my baby hears Bach. Whoa. The baby likes Bach. Baby got Bach. Wow. That's so nice. Aww. Aww.
And welcome back. Djokovic readying the serve against his toughest opponent to date, a World War II M1 Abrams tank. Set to be a thrill.
Again, I don't know. Some of this stuff might be fake. You know what I mean? I don't really know. I don't think this happened.
Match. Advantage Djokovic.
Well, at least they are both unvaccinated. What's that noise? Guilty Dog has a cicada in its mouth.
What is in your mouth? Jaxie. You're it. What is in your mouth?
It's funny to think about a dog experiencing guilt, but they probably do. They probably do. Right? What do you think, chat? That's a really cute dog.
It's kind of hard to sound tough when you're hiccuping.
Oh, little one's hiccuping. Aww. Do you know what the Guinness World Record for the longest time having hiccups is? It's like 67 years. Someone had the hiccups for 67 years. He just lived his whole life, had a family, you know. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if there's, I don't know what hiccuping is, really, technically. So, no information on that front. Okay, so apparently there are deleted scenes to Better Call Saul? What? Oh. Wow, it's all shot so beautifully. Wow. Oh, this scene is epic. Wow. Oh, wait, what? They're doing a getaway? Oh, I thought she was gonna... I don't really like this at all. I'm not getting a lot out of this, you know. In terms of like the deleted scenes, but they're cinematically very beautiful.
Back.
Can we?
It's not commercial signage, it's artwork.
It is?
Absolutely. It's a public amenity.
Is that not in the episode? Calling it artwork?
You can sell that?
The artist is a well-known Native American sculptor. Worst case, we hold an art exhibit in conjunction with a hearing. Let's see how the planning board feels about that.
So we won't be delayed?
No, don't worry, it'll be fine.
Oh my God, what a relief.
I like their shells better.
What? This is definitely not in this show.
You make regular mac, and it's just like, who cares, you know?
What? This is the greatest scene. You don't see enough Nacho in his like personal life.
With the shells, you just open up the cheese packet, put it in, and it's done. And the shells taste better.
I believe it.
Here, baby.
What am I drinking? I'm drinking an IPA. Just a nice IPA. And I'm looking off to the side for a second because I'm just working out an issue on this monitor where I'm just like having a weird connection issue. But yeah, he's a tough cookie. Can you imagine, like, did they just not know about what he's up to? You know what I mean? And they're just, like, they must know, okay, he probably does some illegal stuff, you know what I mean? And they just, like, try not to, you know, think about it too much. That must be an interesting dynamic. He should have a spin-off, maybe.
Yeah. It's better, right?
I don't think she's giving a very deep massage. I mean, I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's just, let's be real. That's not a super deep massage. But, you know, he's probably pretty tense. So I get it. You got to kind of start superficial and then work your way deeper. Yeah, so smart on her part. Yeah.
Afternoon, folks.
Okay, let's pause it for a second. Just talk about how much we respect copyright, which is a lot.
Do you have a bathroom?
Oh, come on. You want to use a bathroom? That's how could people... you know, the fact that people need to use a bathroom, that's wild.
Oh, we don't. But P.F. Chang's does. It's just around the corner.
No, I'm just kidding. I think places with a public restroom, that is like church. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Come on, honey.
Come on. Jimmy.
Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, here. Take one. It's
smart.
Free.
Say thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Great shot. Wow. Amazing shot. I can see why that would be cut though at the same time.
Michael.
Oh, Werner.
Another day mark. Is this right? Another euro. Yes, of course, you are correct.
Just a second.
Werner was the best. I mean, this subplot with Werner is part of why I think if there's any argument for Better Call Saul being better, it's the Werner subplot. Oh my gosh, it is so amazing. And the depth of Mike that you see throughout this, but also the tragedy of it. It's beautiful. It's so tragic. I mean, Werner's subplot is like one of the most tragic things I've seen on TV in my life. I mean...
Marzipan. Wonderful. Thank you so much, my friend.
They deleted the scene of him giving marzipan or whatever.
Jungs, guckt euch das an.
Ah, ein bisschen Zucker. Danke.
Danke.
Ah, danke. Danke schon.
Kai?
Kai,
Das ist eklig.
Kai, why do you have to be like that?
Na ja, klar.
You're gonna wish you didn't say that. Okay, well that's Better Call Saul.
Miss, let me get 2,000 cases of Virginia Black, 40 cases of bamboo, and 3 cases of killer, and put it on his tab. He said he got it.
Sure?
You know what this is, right? This is drink.
I know.
So I don't know if this is real, but I think it seems to be real. This big YouTuber pranks celebrities by saying put a lot of stuff on their tab.
You know what this is? This is Toronto himself, the sixth god. This is calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. Look, let me get 100 bottles of champagne, 50 bottles of tequila, right? And put it all on his tab. You know what this is? It's Nick Cannon, the man, the myth.
I mean, this looks really real.
Legend himself. Let me get 100 cases of Casamigos, 20 cases of Henny, and 4 cases of Rock, and put it on his tab. He said he got it. Hold on. You know what this is? You know what this is? Phantom, Coke, Moore. Hey, yo, miss. Let me get 100 cases of Don Julio, right?
100 cases of Don Julio.
50 cases of Goose and 20 cases of Grey Goose, and put it on his tab. You know what this is? It's OT Genesis.
That's not fake. That looks so real. He's yelling.
Let's see what happened next, okay? Okay? And he got about 7 kids, so you know he got it. So your time, my brother.
Okay. I don't know. Wow, this is unbelievable. Wow. Amazing.
My toddler's like a freak on a leash. She's running like a track star out in public.
This is amazing.
This is hard because I brought the wrong sippy.
Again, most of this stuff I have no memory of where I got suggested it, but usually it's just getting suggested somehow.
Her demands are bizarre. I brought two, but she wanted.
Yeah, what's everybody's favorite video so far that we've looked at in this WTF playlist, which is what we're looking at right now?
That was me. Shh. Sometimes she smacks me in my face. Sometimes she climbs like a primate. Sometimes she smashes.
This is amazing.
Please secure the baby gates. Toddlers make a apartment.
Wow, unbelievable. I mean, it's so good.
Have constant anxiety. Fiery hindsight. It's afraid. I have reached insanity.
Oh my gosh. Oh, someone gave me money.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Please give you my opinion on Drake versus Kendrick. First of all, thanks for the $10. Why did you do $9.99? I'm just curious. That's so interesting. I will tell you. Let me pull this up right now. I actually have given in-depth thoughts about that. Let me paste that in the chat. Beep. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. I believe I get 60% of that, and that's $6. I'm gonna get a sandwich, and I'm gonna eat it. That is, I just sent you a link to the public episode of the Verbal Journal where I talk about Drake versus Kendrick. But long story short, I mean, Kendrick is way more my style. I like his style. I like his albums a lot. To Pimp a Butterfly and all his albums, and I haven't actually listened to the recent one yet. But Yeah, anyways, I think Kendrick's more my speed, what I like. But in that battle, I think they, you know, I watched some good criticism. I listened to some good criticism of the way they both took part in it. But at the end of the day, I mean, Drake just shouldn't try to compete with Kendrick's skill. It's just a different style, different approach, and he's never going to win on Kendrick's terms, in my opinion. So. Okay, did we already look at this in a previous live stream? Sure. Technically, yes. Sure. I can understand that, yes. That's a fair criticism. Is it worth looking at again? Well, let's find out. So the police are stuck in the mud, which is sad. We're always really sad to see stuff like that. Not the most nimble population. These are fighting amongst themselves. The wizard shows up. Wizard does not want to be touched physically by the police. Wizard shows camaraderie. Oh, Wizard shows pity. Wow, these poor policemen just are dysfunctional, frankly. They're defunding their ability to stand. Oh, it was a little bit of a little bit of conflict brewing. I don't know if I've ever seen this long form version of it. Yeah, apparently the mud was very sticky, I guess is the takeaway I'm having from this. Wow, look at just how sticky the mud is. This is, by the way, I should have said this at the beginning. This is during a protest against coal mining operations in Lützerath, Germany on Saturday, January 14th. So it's a protest against coal mining operations. So basically it's a good protest. It's a protest for the future of humanity. And the police are obviously, you know which side they're on. And you know which side the mud is on, apparently. Oh! So the wizard goes rogue here. Check this out. The wizard goes rogue. So you can see the moment the wizard goes rogue. It's when the sign gets thrown. That's when the wizard says, oh no, you didn't. Polizei, oh no. Oh, nicht zu didn't. I would never condone that. I would never condone that. Wow. I mean, you really see just the power of mud. I mean, did any of you know that mud could be so powerful? What the heck was that? Oh, the wizard is creating some problems for the police officers. I mean, it's a remarkable amount of time for the mud to be a problem. Maybe they have different mud in Deutschland, you know? Always hoped you'd one day do videos on Succession in the style of your Better Call Saul videos. I know you said you aren't a fan of dramas, but I feel it's in my heart that you'd really love Succession. I'm sure I would, honestly. Listen through your whole Better Call Saul series like 5 times over now. Wow, thank you. That's nice. I mean, I was saying earlier, I think making something that's rewatchable is a big goal of mine that I find really important. I mean, it's not that I don't even want to watch Succession. It's just like, I don't find myself motivated to start shows. I just don't watch shows, you know, in the evenings. I just find myself not wanting to watch shows if I'm free and just hanging out. I just watch like YouTube videos and then like either paint or like do other stuff or stretch. Lately, I've just been like stretching. Congrats on the 5 million. Thank you, Elemancy. Wow, this really goes on a long time, and then finally the police leave, or they're stuck again. Wow, there's a lot of police stuck in the mud. Oh my lord, they're just not the most nimble population. They try to mace the wizard. You freaking losers trying to mace a wizard. You can't mace a wizard. That's rule number 1. I think we all know that. You can't mace a wizard. I mean, they're protecting coal mining operations, allegedly? Is that what's going on? Oh my lord, they're the least nimble population I've ever seen. He's using his, like, using his shield against mud. So, Polizei stuck in the mud. This is apparently some sort of court show where, it's like a Russian Judge Judy, where someone thinks they're Napoleon, I guess. Don't really know about that. We get some kids riled up for pizza and then leave.
Hey guys! What's up? Hi! Who wants some pizza? Who loves pizza? What kind of toppings you like on your pizza?
Did one of them say cilantro? It's like, you don't put cilantro on a pizza. Actually, that would be so good.
I can't hear you. Pizza, 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 louder. Pizza, 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 pizza.
So I'll just pause it for copyright reasons and just to say we're watching this obviously for educational purposes. They have pretty good rhythm. They could start a band, maybe. Okay, she was kind of modulating it a little bit. Oh, he's looking back at the camera like, hello. That was weird.
Introducing the Edge Brownie Pan, the first and only brownie pan designed for edge lovers.
So edge lovers come and gather to enjoy the brownie that's all edge. I just, do we need to be coddled like this? You know what I mean? Can't we just have the parts that aren't the edge too? Isn't that part of what makes the edge special? Is that not all of it is edge? Can I get an amen?
In the US of A, the Edge Brownie Pan, available now at vat19.com.
No. Little girl experiences rain for the first time. Okay. And I'm supposed to care why. I've seen rain many times. Fine. Okay, it's cute. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment.
Oh my god!
Fine, it's a beautiful moment. Fine. It's magical. Okay, fine. It's a magical moment. Fine. Okay. Okay, it's like she's discovering rain, you know what I mean? Okay, fine. It's a cool moment. All right, fine. It's amazing. Oh my god, there's a dog too. Oh my god. That's so cute. That is so cute. She looks pretty old to be seeing rain for the first. Yeah, that's kind of a good. I think maybe she's just never experienced rain like this. You know what I mean? Like in this degree of viscosity. So. Okay, great. Cut videos, but only the awkward parts. I don't know exactly. Oh, okay. Cut videos are like sort of like one of those videos. Yeah.
Your face is a little weird.
Why is it so weird?
I don't know. It's just long.
Let's see. How much do I get a month? Nothing, since you bitches are doing it.
I don't really know anything about this.
Your insight is very good in some situations, but honestly, like,
I don't care about this. I don't know why this is on the playlist.
$300 hooker. Huh, geezer? Holy shit. Sex toilet. Janitor.
You thief!
Go land crabs. Partner.
This is such a good project. What a great idea.
Charles Manson. Hola. Sits in pie.
Hola.
Chicken fried steak. And all you got is a boxer mouth like that. Bag inflated. Wishful thinking! Hero fudge. You asshole! I will be there. You a boss. He defecated. Don't worry. I'm sorry. Fart in the wind. I'm better. Chalk me. And that's a fact. Oh, shit on him. Do it. Eggplant and okra.
These are good selections. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I did a second from each episode.
Last thing, fuck you, Jimmy. He's a cop. Oh, really?
I wonder if they're all exactly 1 second. It feels kind of rhythmic, so it probably is.
It's all good, man. The magic man.
Assaulted a minor.
Good night. I am the quack. Funding terrorism. Lightning bolts, no! Eat your breakfast. Bat cave. He has it.
Cocaine.
Sugar pills. They're gone. I suggest. Sue his ass. Ding, 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 ding. I tickle your pickle. Small potatoes. Swampland.
Okay, that was cool. Okay, so Andrew Tate almost loses to a 600. Okay, so 600 ELO is very low. So Tate is white here. I just thought it would be kind of interesting to see. So let's see how this game goes.
Block. Oh. And then just make a move and then press the button.
So I'm not gonna lie, I do that exact opening. Those are literally the first two moves I do when I play white. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and then I would do D4. Okay, or D3 is a little less aggressive, but okay. And you take, obviously. Bring the bishop out as black. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. And then A4 eventually. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, yeah. Prevent the knight from jumping in. So white now should just castle or bring the knight out, bring the bishop out. That's very bizarre. To bring the knight to the edge is unnecessary here. Super weird. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I don't know if it adds up to anything, though. Oh, that's very unfortunate, actually. Yeah. No, bad for black, right? You don't have to say check, dude. You have to move those one move. One legal move. But black could reconstitute a defense here, but it's bad. You don't want to do that for black. White is definitely winning here. I haven't watched this before. Black should just move king c7. Just keep moving the king over to open up the bishop. Okay, or offer a queen trade and try to get the king back to the back line. Oh, I should say, Andrew Tate is under some sort of criminal allegations. I haven't stayed up with the charges, but they're very serious. So I would look into that. And his dad was apparently a fairly good chess player. So that's the significance of this, is Andrew Tate is playing chess. It's not just interesting, blah, blah, blah. His dad was actually, I believe, a grandmaster. He was quite a good chess player. He might have not been a grandmaster, but he was at a high level of chess. He played with top, pretty good chess players. So that's why it's kind of significant. Apparently, Andrew here is playing here. He's playing a guy who's just a beginner, which is fine. That's all good. Everyone should play chess. It's really good for your mind. Okay, so black has constituted some sort of defense here. It's actually not that bad. You do need to get your king to c7 and just open up your bishop and Oh, and we see the eval bar here. Apparently that was a terrible move. It gave white a huge advantage. I don't know exactly why. Oh yeah, because obviously you've now blocked your queen from guarding this pawn, so now the white queen can take this pawn immediately. And it's check, and that's a huge critical blow. If Andrew doesn't see that, he's not paying attention at all. Unbelievable. I mean, to not see that the black knight has just blocked the black queen from guarding this pawn is unbelievable. I mean, that's a huge double blindness moment. I mean, the black player is a total beginner. Doesn't even realize. Also, I mean, you should bring your knight there just to guard the pawn with the queen, and also offer a trade, take back with the pawn. Okay. I mean, black's just gonna keep advancing, maybe. I mean, develop. Black needs to black can't castle, right? Or did they move the king? Yeah. Yeah, of course they did. What am I saying? So they can't castle, but they need to manually castle. Effectively castle. You're fine, dude. I mean, I just need to express to you, if you don't watch chess or understand chess, that's very wild for white here to not take that pawn. That's very obviously the motive. You take with the bishop. Sorry, I think I said take with the queen earlier. Take with the bishop, and then you just get a free pawn. If black takes back, you get a bishop for bishop, or you just need, and then you're in a great position attacking this pawn. It's just like obviously what you should do. It's the whole point. It's like the whole point. And I just say that to say he's like pretending to think. He's not actually thinking. Okay, so black has made a knight move that makes a discovered attack on the white queen. It's very obvious, and it's not complicated. Sorry, you can see on the real board black attacking the bishop attacking the white queen. Right there. Bishops go diagonally.
I was getting my queen trapped being a dummy.
I don't know what he just said. Oh, his queen's trapped? Yeah, his queen is actually trapped. Sorry, I didn't even notice that. The queen has nowhere it can go. The queen's trapped. Yeah, so he didn't realize that when he brought his queen in that it would just be trapped. So he brought the queen in and then let it just be trapped. Aggressive and incompetent.
I was getting my queen trapped being a dummy. I might just got my queen trapped being a dummy.
Yes, you did.
It's fine. Not over yet, bro. Well,
It's not over yet, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you're better than a 600 rated player, then you better not lose. And you could still win, trading your bishop for, or your queen for a knight or whatever. But, you know, I don't really care about the rest of the game. That was just funny. Okay, takes. Oh, wait, what just happened? Oh, did he lose? Okay, just got checkmated. Whatever. Anyways. What? Wait, what? CEO Michael O'Leary of Ryanair was hit in the face with what appeared to be a cream cake in Brussels by protesters. Hey, it's better than what happens to some CEOs, am I right? That's just true. Wow. Got him.
How you doing?
POV, you're eye to eye with Shaq, which I've always wanted to experience. I think about that every day.
Yeah, I just say, hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm 7'1". I met you.
Me too. Mr. B, sorry, that's the other video. POV, you're in a mosh pit at a Slipknot concert? Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I was there.
Let me ask you that about being the greatest YouTube ever. What's next?
I have no idea why this is in my playlist to watch.
It's because I was listening to your Rogan, and I swear to God, I thought this guy should be president.
Oh!
Is that? I know. I'll say that'd be fun. Is that something you've thought about?
No, dude, I'm serious. You should be president of our federal government, bro.
Yeah, the only thing
Political
is
aspirations.
Yeah, I would love to. I just feel like you have to do a lot of politics leading up to it. And
yeah, why don't you try being like mayor or like, you know?
I don't know. Like if you could just go from, you know, no one ever has done this, just being a celebrity to just being president, that would be great. But if I have to like work my way up and be like a mayor and then like a senator.
I think we've realized
That's what I said, yeah.
you don't have to.
Yeah, well then it is appealing.
Right, I think we realized that you don't have to. Very smart comment.
Yeah, when I'm like 40 or 50.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, I can't be bought. I just give away every penny. I have literally $0 in my bank account.
is this a hypothetical or is he going to do this?
Vote for me. I feel like that's a pretty good campaign thing. Like you're voting.
Do you understand how? But yeah, but you also have to have a way of saying you're going to run the executive government.
For me.
Yeah.
I have $10 billion, give away every penny, can't be bought because I gave away all my money. And then I just.
Well, that sort of makes you more likely to be bought in a certain extent. But yeah, I mean, the point is, do you understand how the federal government can and should work?
Just do what's best for people. And
I like this.
Yeah. And just ignore lobbyists or whatever.
I like this. The melody of Entitlement.
I like, but you need to keep money in order to ignore the lobbyists, because otherwise,
No,
you're gonna have to
I
get
give
some-
Yeah, that's what I said.
it all away. Then we're good.
Well, there's freedom in
Bro, I
having
get
money.
400 grand a year as president. I'm good.
Oh yeah, you can live off that 100%.
And the taxpayers.
Yeah, dude, I like this. I think that.
Agreed. I think if I wanted to, I
24 right now.
Yeah. So
You think if you okay, go.
Yeah, it'd be like.
Is this why you're standing on the pod showing off that Shaq height? Exactly. It's very complicated. I'll follow up on the podcast tomorrow on the Verbal Journal for channel supporters on Patreon and YouTube members. And we'll have lots of fun insight in that regard. But yes, that's part of it. And gotta go study for an exam, but take care, man. Next video essay when? Thank you. Have a good study. Probably in a few months. And in the next few months, I should have a fucking dope video essay. I am, things could get in the way, but that's the plan. So, and it's going to be like, whoa, why did you do this? But it's going to be good. So
like 3 more cycles. But
I mean, it's better than this guy doing like, I gave $4 million to 2 people and made them fight each other. It's like, dude, why? Just stop.
Dude, I'd probably do it in my mid 40s.
Yeah.
I think I think I could make it interesting enough where I could win.
Okay, well, how?
Like give away all my money and just
Okay, I thought he was joking, but he said it like 5 times. Dude, no one, that's not the most important thing about a candidate.
I know how to get people's attention. I can't say too much because then I'll regret it in the future. I'm like, I'll just trick all the fucking idiots.
That's what you would say if you said more? Huh.
That's literally what Trump said. Trump said that word for word.
Yeah, he did. He said I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, and he was right. But keep flexing it. See what happens. I don't know.
So, and before you do that, Pornhub, would you take over that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, so funny, bro. Okay, what's the next video?
One has to be very, very careful how we deal with each other. And that's one of the reasons why I hate psychology and analysts. They are a disease of our time. They should be all just put on an aeroplane and flown into an island, and they should, in the Pacific, they should analyze each other, but they should not bother us. Besides, these people, they just come like, just boldly, as if it was a profession or a science already, and they do not confess that their knowledge is not much more than, let's say, brain surgery during Middle Dynasty in Egypt during the Pharaoh time. So out with them, forget about them. They are disease. They are our disease, and that's exactly because they are too indiscreet.
I didn't get a lot from that, to be honest. I mean...
No, I, for God's sake, I would be the last one who would ever allow it. I think it is one of the greatest stupidities and the greatest mistakes of the 20th century. There's something finally and definitively wrong about psychoanalysis. I have all my figures in my films are not really psychoanalysis. They are not captured with psychoanalysis. And I believe that explaining every dark little corner that we have in our soul is a very unhealthy and a very stupid and a very dangerous thing.
I definitely agree and get where he's coming from. And psychoanalysis definitely is not like the answer to everything. But it's also tough to explain something like this when you're put on the spot.
We should not do that. Why? Because when you inhabit a house and you illuminate every last corner of the house with strong lights, the house becomes uninhabitable. And human beings illuminated to the very last corner of their darkest soul become inhuman and uninhabitable.
Interesting.
Are you in the Barbie camp or the Oppenheimer camp?
I have not seen Oppenheimer yet, but I will do it. Barbie, I managed to see the first half hour, and I was curious.
What, did he walk out?
I wanted to watch it because I was curious, and I still don't have an answer, but I have a suspicion. Could it be that the world of Barbie is sheer hell, and for a movie ticket, as an audience, you can witness sheer hell?
Yes.
As close as it gets.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Frankly, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen Barbie. I just didn't get around to it. I would love to see it. I think it's probably good or fine. I don't think it's sheer hell. I don't know why Werner Herzog is going on Piers Morgan saying that.
Yes.
So I don't know yet.
Werner,
Piers Morgan. Give me a moment to watch the whole thing.
Trust me.
Okay.
I have to watch the whole thing first, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could have just said that.
Let me spare you the horror. I watched the whole thing and it is hell. I completely concur.
So true.
The more virgin our eyes are.
Sorry. What?
The more we have to say. The most detestable habit in all modern cinema is the homage. I don't want to see another goddamn homage in anybody's movie. There are enough of them which are unconscious. Now, of course you must see films, and you must see great films. I said don't be marinated, don't soak yourself in films. Now, the argument against what I'm saying is that the world is full. All the best young directors are soaked in films.
I don't know much about Orson Welles, but this is great. I like this.
And they have managed to rise above that and to be remarkable cineasts. So you are in the presence of a speaker who is not only paradoxical, but confused.
Donc vous êtes en présence de quelqu'un qui est...
The ball gets smaller and faster every bounce. It's kind of amazing, you know? Like, it's very interesting. Okay. Bob Odenkirk doesn't watch Breaking Bad?
Agent Schrader, beat any good suspects lately? Taller and taller. Ask him about his history with my client. Last time they were together, he knocked that poor kid unconscious. So what's it gonna be? Civil rights lawsuit the size of Montana? Because I'll oblige you. I was really blindsided.
I'll oblige you.
By the invitation to be a part of this show. It was a shock, a surprise, and something I never saw coming. So long.
I like how his gray shirt matches his gray hoodie.
It was a shock, a surprise, and something I never saw coming. So long, Rocky. Keep your left up. Detectives, I'm inviting you to leave. The second season, I was in 3 episodes. And then the third season, I was in 10 of 13. And I still hadn't seen the show, even then. Like, sat down and watched it from the beginning. So in that second season that I did, third season that you see, I didn't know entirely what was going on or who I was talking about when I do these some of these monologues, especially when it came to Gus and the other characters who were off screen from me.
That's so funny.
Who I never interacted with, but I knew about. So Brian would look at me sometimes because I would have the wrong emphasis or I would say something in the wrong way.
Yeah.
That he'd be like, Gus is the guy that I'm working with. You know. And then he'd go like this. You haven't watched the show, have you?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And I'd go. I'd never answer him.
Do me a favor, will you tell me what exactly is up with you? I got my guys busting their ass trying to hide Walt's money from the feds, and you're tossing yours out a window, and I got to hear about
Oh, that's the best scene.
the news.
I sometimes get the feeling he doesn't feel like he deserves this character, and he absolutely does deserve to play Saul Goodman because
Thank you, Vince. I agree.
he knows he's funny, and he is, but what he doesn't seem to realize is what a fine dramatic actor he has become. He is and always was.
I fucked up. I'm not kidding you. I fucked up 3 times. I stepped back too far. I didn't turn the camera. And I made up my own lines.
Right.
But is that a problem here at Breaking Bad? Do they like that
No,
or not?
they don't
yes
like
or
that.
no? Little or
Yeah,
lot?
not even a lot. Not even a lot.
Certain aspects of comedy are hard, and good comedy is hard. You know, takes some effort and all, but I feel like this is harder by a lot.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point.
You'll get
I
it.
mean, or at least for him. I mean, it would be that hard for a dramatic person who doesn't have comedic instinct to do comedy as well. I mean,
You'll get it.
At what point
You'll get it.
will I get it?
By the end of the 8.
8th season?
Yeah, you'd be cool.
oh, that's amazing. I've really almost never watched any of this behind the scenes footage. To be honest, it's quite interesting and good.
Oh, I gotta recreate my shit again so Odenkirk doesn't.
Wait, what?
So Odenkirk doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this? I'm gonna take a 3-minute break again. We're gonna come back and we're gonna finish the last 15 videos or whatever from this playlist. 10, 17. And it's gonna be super interesting. Some of them are really funny. So stay tuned if you want to. If not, come back later. And I'm gonna take a 3-minute break. Fast forward if you're watching in the future. And okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom and solve world hunger. Okay. How's it going? How's your break? How was everyone's break? Okay, let's get back into the videos. So we are watching the WTF playlist. We got some random ones to go through, and then we got some really funny ones to go through, and then we're going to be done. But this is going to be fun before we're done. I don't support this. Painting a tree, I don't support that. I don't think you should paint trees. I just wanted to public service announcement. I don't really understand why you would paint a tree. Don't do that. Okay, next video. What is this?
I command all the nations that stepped up when it counted to stand with Ukraine. I've said before, Russia will not prevail in this war. Ukraine will prevail in this war, and we'll stand with them every single step of the way. That's what the compact says, loudly and clearly. And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. You can beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
Yeah, not a good look. You definitely want to be able to differentiate. So not a good look.
I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. And
yeah, we got to worry about a lot. Thanks for doing what you did to this country.
Anyway, Mr. President,
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
I mean, he is better, obviously. It's just so fucked up that our country couldn't provide better leadership, and now the Republicans are going to take charge of every single chamber of government and so on. Every syllable is ordered from longest to shortest.
Clams. Sheep. Fire. Hams. York.
So it accelerates.
State smoke the green steam just more quite well.
Now I'm being arrested for showing this. Okay. 10th anniversary of me becoming the Apparently Kid. I love the Apparently Kid. I think he's awesome. He's got a channel. Check him out, the Apparently Kid. And he, did he go back to the same fair?
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're back at the Wayne County Fair where I first became famous, and we're gonna have a fun time here, and we'll let you know how much fun we had, alright? Let's get to it.
Okay, here we are on the teacups with Jeremy from Channel 16. We're reliving the past from 10 years ago.
Yes, we are.
Oh, was it Channel 16 back in the day?
All right, let's do it again, interview. Now we're like a college. It's starting to rain now, so we had to find shelter.
Am I not getting any of the audio? Or...
Alright, it's starting up.
I mean, if you don't know, the Apparently Kid was just interviewed at a young age, and he said the word apparently a lot, and it was really awesome and funny. And he's funny. He's a funny kid, and now he's an older kid or an adult of some kind. He's got a YouTube channel. And I say the word apparently a lot, so that's why I identify with that.
I'm stuck on the wall. Alright guys, well, we got home from the Wayne County Fair. We had a lot of fun. We rode a couple rides, but then it got rained out. So how much fun did you have today, buddy?
It was great. We had a good time. We had a good time with Jeremy from Channel 16. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, we had a real good time, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Great.
And we'll see all of you guys that met us today next year at the fair when I make my appearance. See
Great.
you later. Make sure to like and subscribe too.
Check out the Apparently Kid. Okay, so here's the video about Dorothea Tanning.
Home and went to art school in Chicago. It didn't last long, as she quit after 3 weeks. She then became an artist, model, and illustrator. As a child, she had an
amazingly talented artist. I love her work so much.
Woman
She married Max Ernst too, one of my favorite painters.
Psyche. We can look at Eine kleine Nachtmusik as a kind of sequel to this painting, with repeated but reworked elements. One of the girls leans its charge.
Is this just one painting?
Work explodes with powerful feminine energy.
Oh, I love
Her
this
interest
one.
in
I've
Gothic
seen this
literature
one in the
of her
museum.
time can-
Philadelphia or something.
But her role as a female artist in the
Oh my god,
male-dominated
it's so
art world
surreal.
of
The whole. Did they show the whole image? Why do they zoom in?
twice is extraordinary. She may not be as widely
Okay,
recognized.
just show the whole image. Why are you doing?
Art actively participating in goodness, her unique visual
Oh, that's so cool. What?
language, her versatility, means for her boldness.
Wow,
her unique
1946. Wow. Great painter. Check out Dorothea Tanning. Stunning footage of a lynx in northern Minnesota. That is stunning, and that is a lynx. Lynx! Hey, lynx! Wow, what an interesting looking thing. Bye, lynx. Slug eating pasta. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I never really thought about the way that a slug could eat pasta, technically, if they wanted to. It's a pretty good point. Yeah. Okay, so they just progressively eat the pasta? Yeah, okay. That's great. And then they don't finish it. Wow. Says a lot about society. Bye-bye. They said, I got my fill. Oh, wait. Did that say it took 57 minutes? $57 minutes. Wow. For a slug to eat most of a piece of pasta. That's why we are more evolved than them. A portal to hell at an aluminum plant that swallowed up the entire shop in a matter of seconds. This is very scary. I don't know why I'm watching this. Holy shit, that's really scary. That is very terrifying. Holy crap. Wow. Unbelievable. I can't believe that's real footage. Holy crap. Is that real? Oh my gosh. Chad, is this real? Okay, this is the lowest spin knuckleball ever recorded. Whoa, very little spin. Right on the corner too. Maybe a little outside, frankly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this video. Seems to be cutting to a lot of different... Outside. Called strike 3. Okay, well, outside. Palestine 1896. So obviously Palestine had a long history before Zionism. And here's apparently some footage from 1896, which Zionism existed to some extent by that point, but not certainly anything close to 1948, you know. So yeah, this is interesting. Apparently this is film footage taken from Palestine from 1896, apparently. That's wild. You know, it's unbelievable what Israel is doing. And now in Yemen, they're bombing and exploding the hospital while the World Health Organization Director General is there. Not that it's ever a good time to bomb a hospital. I'm sorry, an airport. Did I say hospital? They're also bombing and evacuating the last hospital in Gaza, or I don't think there are other hospitals. Israel is just decimating this. The U.S. and Israel are teaming up to dominate and decimate so much of the region, and it's unbelievable that the U.S. is supporting. It's not unbelievable. It's unconscionable and unacceptable that the U.S. is supporting Israel actually murdering people because they're fighting terror, just like we were, of course, in the war on terror, which means carte blanche to bomb civilians and say that they're just happen to be terrorists living with the civilians. I wonder why. Maybe because there's so many people opposed to the unconscionable actions of the state, you know. So anyways, obviously it's unacceptable the way that our country, the U.S., is supporting Israel, and we're really on the wrong side of history, and we're endorsing a genocide and a colonial massacre, and it's horrifying. And now Israel is, you know, clearly struck more at Lebanon, struck more in Yemen just this weekend, and it's just going to get worse if the U.S. doesn't take a stand. Who knows? Maybe the Republican administration will somehow be incentivized to confront Israel, even though Trump gave them Jerusalem as the acknowledged capital, which is, you know, obviously a huge concession, and the Golan Heights and so on. He's like trying to give them everything. Anyways, here's a Walmart video. Employee video from the early 2000s or the 2000s.
I was just telling Julie and Dane here, the Walmart listens to our associates.
Sure does. Mr. Walton said over and over again, listen to our associates. They are our best idea generators.
Huh. Hey, Russell, you ever had an idea they went for?
When he said Mr. Walton, he's referring to like the billionaire owner of the company.
Not yet. Donna has.
One of the richest families in the United States.
Yeah, but she's management.
Well, she wasn't management when she hit on the way to reorganize our receiving paperwork. She was a stalker then.
Not too long ago either.
Now we're using her way in every Walmart. Right, Donna?
Right. You see, the company wants to hear new ideas. For instance, the people greeters in our stores who make customers feel welcome, that was an associate's idea.
Shocking. Wow, my mind is blown.
It sounds like employees, associates, they're listened to.
And without going through union politicians.
Of course not.
Union politicians. Yeah, union leaders are biased, unlike employer employees, I guess.
But you see, management recognizes our associates. We know that our associates' ideas are good. Associates even came up with suggestions about our work schedules.
And they
Oh, did they?
use some of them right away.
Russell, you know of any union that works like that?
Of course.
Yes.
Nah. All unions work at is taking a cut out of my pay.
Yeah, take your money and spend it to help in political campaigns. Yeah, help people I don't even vote for.
Wow. Was this real?
Yeah, me too. But they're never gonna do that to me again.
You were in a union?
Yep, but no more. You see, I'm one of the hundreds of thousands of former union workers or members. I'm one of the thousands of reasons unions are getting so much smaller.
Well, Dean was in a union too.
Yeah, I was in a union. Where I worked, union rules made it so we couldn't even rush a shipment. And we kept on losing customers and money till the truck line shut down.
Right. That's just BS. I mean, if you don't have unions, you just have an unequal and unfair sort of negotiation taking place. And then employees are just inherently going to be cheated out of that negotiation.
You know, a lot of jobs, more union jobs, they're all gone.
You people on the truck line, you voted
Yeah, but that's not for the reason.
for a union.
Voted for a union? No, there never was a vote. The union got enough cards signed and demanded the company recognize the union without an election.
Without an election? I mean, didn't...
But they got so much support they didn't require an election.
Or our flaws.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with this. Apparently Matthew McConaughey, or is that his name? Yeah. He's just kind of like a life influencer or something now. And this is an hour plus video that he made for like people who support him.
20 seconds go by. He says nothing.
I don't know what's going on. Like, all I know is this is fascinating.
We just held each other's gazes, looked at each other's eyes for about 10 seconds. And the clock was ticking in my mind like I was just waiting on his condemnation. That's when he leaned slightly towards me. And he whispered, "Me too."
I obviously don't know the context of this story. I'm sure that was very powerful.
Of which I didn't understand. Now, I'd always thought that it was a romantic love song about a man and a woman, a couple in love. And for whatever reason, on this night, there in the hotel, listening.
So it's just interesting. I mean, that's what Matthew McConaughey is doing these days.
We can't extend our hand to others because we've forgotten how to extend our hand to ourselves.
That is so true. I say that all the time.
We got to shake hands again.
So true.
First with ourselves, then with each other.
True.
It's the only way to build both of us up. Now, look, I'm not asking us to blindly trust anybody and everyone all the time. No.
I don't know. I just found this and I was like, it's just weird for me. I don't know if you're like around my age. It's like, what is Matthew McConaughey doing in an ambient room, preaching for an hour plus and responding to chat? To like stock footage music? Like what?
Sometimes I think of others so much that I don't love myself enough.
Wow, that is so true. Okay, so now we are getting to Marty says, what's therapy is the best? Thank you. Now we are getting to the main section.
If you...
So apparently this somewhat substantially discredited doctor of psychology, Peterson, has this guy, former quote-unquote classical liberal political commentator Dave Rubin, on his podcast. And for some reason, this is just like very fascinating to me. I just find the way that these types of political commentators to relate to each other very fascinating. What is this large book that Dave has brought? Jordan's phone is very big. What is that in the background of the shot? I just wanted, it's just very exciting to think about the meeting of the minds that takes place here. I find them both very interesting. Wow, what a holy crap! He's really touring the world here for 6 months. He's just touring everything. They're very interesting and very different. They're very different. Like the way that Jordan Peterson, I think they both believe in what they say, but Jordan Peterson sort of believes in what he says more, or at least feels he has to pretend he does. But I just find it so interesting the way, like, people, they seem to be putting on such an act, but I guess people enjoy it.
All 4 of those benefits. And I thought, well, it has to be that way, because how would it possibly be that the spirit that calls us to move out in the world wouldn't also confer maximum social and reproductive benefit?
It's literally everything. I mean, you're basically saying everything, right? Like, if you do what you are supposed to do,
then everything
comes to order the world. I can tell you that from being on tour with you and watching the people that you turned around, literally in tears, hundreds of people out of thousands, sometimes in tears at once, because they were off drugs or because they were in a better relationship or they mended a relationship. Do you remember when we went to, when we were in Dublin?
I feel like that was, he interrupted his own sentence there. There was like an if-then statement that didn't have the then.
And it was, it was like 10 different countries in 15 nights, something crazy.
Dave Rubin is very funny to me because he seems like he's like scrambling all the time.
Press all day long. It was an exhausting day, and we end the show, and it was a sort of very small old school theater in Dublin, and we end up in the alley after, because you don't walk out the front, to where everybody's going to mob you. And it was about 1 a.m. and we walk out, and it's a dark alley, and we had no security. It was just me, you, Tammy, and John, the tour manager. And there were 2 guys about 40 yards away from us, and we could sort of see them, and it almost seemed like they were fighting or something. They started kind of rushing towards us, and we all thought for a second that they were, going to jump us or something. And then as they got closer, we saw they were both in tears. One guy was probably about late 50s.
Okay.
When I got my...
It's a really long anecdote. So let's try to look at a different segment.
When I got the offer for my first book, we were on tour. We were in maybe we were in Copenhagen, I think. And I told you backstage, and of course, one of the rules is be happy for your friends when you hear good news. Slightly butchering it. And the way you smiled and slapped your hands, and you were sitting in a rotating chair. And I remember your chair.
Wow, I think Dave really looks up to Peterson. Wow.
Fully spun around. You were so happy for me. That book, Don't Burn This Book, became a New York Times bestseller. It should have been like number 2 or 3, but they fiddle with the numbers. I don't even care about.
Oh my God.
That. I mentioned that only because I could not get on MSNBC, CNN, or any mainstream media. Fox put me on constantly. So again, it's like
it's the same with 12 Rules. Like that was, I think that's the biggest selling nonfiction book in Canadian history. I think.
Yeah.
It's certainly close. And
they said you're right. They said you.
Oh, did you not get enough press? Are you joking me? How much press do you think every author deserves to get? I mean, people write all kinds of books. They don't necessarily get on like national news.
You weren't published in the States,
that's the first thing. The New York Times never did put it on the list.
Right.
Never. And so that was fiction weird. It's
so what do you think the unifying principle is? To me, it's that they love America. Like that's sort of like the
you would say low
I think they're all
resolution bumper sticker?
iconoclasts.
Yeah.
I think it's analogous in some ways on the political side to what happened with the media, the new media that we were describing. There wasn't anything really that we had in common. Let's say you and I, or Weinstein, or Rogan, Shapiro, like that was a very diverse group of people.
It was free speech in the most,
I guess
in the essence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is way more boring. I was thinking, yeah.
It was, well, I think the thing we had in common essentially was our
90 minutes.
approach to discourse.
I should have watched this beforehand and found a funny part.
Yeah.
That was really all.
Yeah.
I mean, each of us taken in pairs had things in common, but it was devotion to discourse, open discourse, conversational discourse, essentially.
Yeah.
And in
essentially,
in a sense, on agenda-free conversational discourse. I mean, one of the things that
come on, agenda-free
makes Rogan so perennially popular is that he's just trying to figure out what's going on. And
yeah, he's trying to figure out what's going on.
And that really is the case.
Yeah.
And you know Rogan, you know that what you see is what you get. He's all the people in that group are exactly the same on camera and off.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no persona. They're just exactly who they are. And
what about you, man?
All of those people were and are iconoclastic, right? They didn't fit well in organizations. They all started their own thing. And that's really the same thing that's characteristic of these people that have gathered around Trump. And then, as we alluded to,
the Republican establishment.
We also have this other strange occurrence, which is the death throes of the legacy media. Most Douglas Murray, I talked to him the other day and he said...
Oh, did you talk to Douglas Murray? Okay. Never mind. I thought there would be a little more...
Weeks ago. And I think it's
that's a good
nice
picture, man.
Not bad, right?
We're both much better looking in that picture than we actually are. So that's good.
Nothing a little Photoshop.
Thanks,
A little high contrast Photoshop.
It does look like Photoshopped.
Actually are. So that's good. Did you run it through the AI filter?
It does look like some sort of filter.
That dude that makes your eyes a little wider?
I have a team of many people who can do all sorts of tricks.
Okay, so good for them.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to show this in case anyone who was a fan of Breaking Bad and the video, 5 million views. That's why we're here. Obviously Bryan Cranston and is this Peter Gould? Sorry.
You have been out here on the picket lines in New York.
A watershed moment of quite able to is on Mart.
In conversation, wondering why. Wow. What is
a contract?
There's no talk happening right now. What is it going to take to begin conversations again?
Well, I think the ball is in their court, and
yeah, so I just wanted to show people, obviously, and Aaron, Paul, everyone is, supportive of the workers.
We're wondering why room and it's they want to see what's on the bottom.
We're in this together, and they just need to understand that we're just digging our heels in deep.
So yeah, just, support workers. Oh shit. Thanksgiving 97, the day Barney was killed. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is so traumatic for me. Barney is a dinosaur from my imagination. Barney is a dinosaur from my imagination. Okay, so that's that. That's the end of the playlist. So thanks for watching the live stream. This was an important survey into sort of what's possible in terms of live streaming technologies. We celebrated the 5 million views. We should I play a little chess? That would be kind of fun. Play a little chess. How's everyone doing? What's going on? So yeah, okay, so great. I mean, I'm, enjoying having a YouTube channel. Thanks for participating and watching stuff on it. I have the podcast on the Verbal Journal page that you can check out. I'll be doing an episode tomorrow, and I'll have a video in a while. But yeah, thanks for checking out the YouTube channel overall. Let me know, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to play a little chess. Would that make sense? Would that be fun? Let's see. Okay, let's play a game of chess. See how this goes. I like chess. It's kind of a fun game. I think it's like cool. Some people say it's, bad and you shouldn't pay attention to it and it's unethical. But, I don't agree. So it's kind of an interesting position. I'm playing sort of a passive position, but are they going to take? Okay. Take? Oh. So how's everyone doing in the viewing, in the chat, I guess it's called technically. Huh. Oh, I just dropped the knight. They didn't see it. I'm gonna take here. Oh, they checkmated me. Rematch. I got you here. I'm gonna beat you right now if you accept the rematch. Come on, you can do it. No? Okay. New person. Okay, so I thought playing chess would be a fun way to end the night. In terms of just playing some chess, relaxing, keeping it chill. But yeah, I thought that would just be a good time. Oh. Take a pawn. Take. Do y'all like chess? Are you chess fans? Because chess is kind of nice. I'm trying to get better at chess. I think it'll make me a better person overall. Oh, okay. Castle? Oh, I dropped the knight. Darn, that's bad. That is quite bad. Oh, I dropped a bishop too. I have to resign. Okay, let's do a rematch. No, they don't want to do it. Yeah, sometimes people get kind of cocky, You just have to kind of accept that. Okay, so we're gonna develop a position here. Oh, did I just drop a... Oh, I just dropped 2 pawns. Okay, I'm warming up. Let's say I haven't played chess in years. Then I'm doing pretty well, right? If you imagine that situation. Why did they... Okay, that's an interesting trade. That's an interesting trade. Are they gonna get me here? Oh. Whoops. Wow. Okay. It's okay. I'm warming up. You just gotta have acceptance, self-acceptance. Chess is all about humility. and the more humility you have, the better it is long term, chess wise. Oh, okay, that's resignable. So let's rematch. Okay, so let's maybe develop there. Okay, pin the knight. Okay, they're gonna trade maybe. So we were playing fast-paced chess, obviously, but that's fine. That's, you know, that's fun. Oh, okay, I dropped a pawn, but maybe I get some initiative a little bit. Oh, they're gonna check me. They're gonna put their knight there. No, okay, they're gonna put their knight there anyways. No. Maybe take with the rook, actually, if they take. Okay. I'm still guarding the bishop with my queen, and now I can take back. Where are they gonna go? I'm feeling like I'm actually getting some initiative here. That's not great, right? Because... Okay, alright, what if I put the bishop there? Oh, okay, they got my queen, or can I just move? I only have 18 seconds. I maybe should have just taken. Oh, I just got a free rook, actually. Oh. 14 seconds. Oh, great. Okay, this is fantastic. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's not great. I should have taken. Oh, no. 5 seconds. Oh, no. 2 seconds. Okay, it's a draw. Threefold repetition. Let's play again. See, chess is so much fun when you keep playing the same person. You get sort of like repetitive games. They play the same opening. You get to sort of, you know, figure out your openings and how you want to play. It's very fun. It's the best part of life, playing chess, you know? No? Okay, that's a little bit extreme, probably. Okay. You know, just trying to put pressure on this pawn. Now just reverse course because they're sort of, you know, being annoying. Oh, I lost a pawn. But then I messed up their pawn structure a lot. Oh, now I've sort of helped them, actually. That was bad. Oh, I lost another pawn. Shit. Fuck, I lost a queen. Let's try again. I got this person. Oh, they're doing, wow. I just got really confused. I just decided to play a completely backwards game as if I'm black. I just played the weirdest opening I've ever played, probably, actually. Okay. Okay, that's actually really good. Now I'm going to get the rook here. Okay, guard that pawn first. Okay, that's good that they didn't take that pawn. That would have been really disastrous for me, actually. Now I'm threatening checkmate in one. Oh, I just blundered it. Sorry. Okay, let's... the thing about chess is you have to have extremely good perseverance is, I'd say, the most important trait. And then I just dropped the pawn, but they didn't notice it, so they didn't take it. Yeah. So, happy holidays from Australia and Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, happy New Year. I dropped a pawn? Really? In this economy? That's not good. Chess is such a punishing game, you know what I mean? If you play the wrong moves, there's no, like, chess just punishes you. Wow. I don't know. I mean, I have 30 seconds left. I could hypothetically not lose this game, but wow. Oh, I just lost. Let's play again. Because they could take the knight. Okay, let's play again. This is going to be a serious game. Watch this. This is going to be a win. I was just... Everything leading up to this moment was just preparation. You know what I mean? Everything. Every single second. So this is now the real moment of action, chess-wise. By the way, I wonder what happened in the big tournament that was going on today. Yeah. I'll have to check after the stream because I'm busy streaming. Okay. Oh, this is a lot of pressure on that pawn. And, okay. I think it's fine. Okay. Cover that pawn and attack that knight. Wow! Rematch. I just dropped a queen. You know, chess is hard. I mean, they give me a good position here. It's you know, the kind of thing I should be able to win one of these games as black for sure. Let's see. Okay. This is a good position. All right. Now they move their knight again. Probably no. Okay. I guard that square. All right. Just kind of, they're probably, yeah, they do that. Oh, they would take with the bishop. No, they take with the pawn. Okay, guard the, and then I'll probably bring a rook. Oh, they moved the queen. Okay, this is 29 seconds each. All right. This is getting interesting. Okay, attacking the queen. Save the god, save the queen. Queen trades. Let's do it. All right. Guard the knight. 15 seconds to 20 seconds. I just dropped a knight for free. That's not good. Pretend it's on purpose. Oh, drop another rook. That's not good. Fuck. Chess is so hard. Get a bishop, but drop another piece. Okay, now just try to win on time. No, let's resign and have some dignity. Play again. I got this. Okay, I'm down 1.5 to 6.5. They really like trading a bishop for a knight. You know, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, it's like, get over it, you know? Oh no! That was a huge blunder on my part. Man, this person's so good. Okay. Let's get that pawn out of here. Oh, wait. Wow, that was good. I just got him. Oh no, they're gonna take a bishop? Fuck. That was unnecessary. Wow. That was so unnecessary. No. No. What is going on? Wow. Wow, really? You're sacrificing it all, huh? Are you gonna win anyways? Okay, let's have some dignity and resign. This is the thing about perseverance, you know, sometimes it doesn't pay off. It's an important lesson. Oh, I got a free pawn. Hello. You gonna take my queen? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I have a pawn up in this position and they're challenging me. Oh, they just dropped a piece. They didn't realize I could take back with the pawn, and so they thought they had me, and then they dropped a piece, is what happened right there. Okay, I don't really, I might want to block in their rook, but I can't. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I dropped a pawn. They didn't take it. Wow, that would have been... They needed to take that for sure. Okay. Interesting. 24 seconds to 23 seconds. Huh. Oh, I don't know what just happened there, but it was to my favor, that's for sure. Huh. Oh, I just dropped a lot of material. Yeah, that's not good. Wow. Oh, okay. Interesting. So a lot of stuff falling, but not me. Not me, though. Yes! I beat Noctis. Noctis, I beat you. It was time-wise, but I can beat you regular. Haha, now you don't want to take bishop for knight because I will take back with my bishop. I see how it is. See, perseverance is a good quality technically. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. Perseverance is delightful. Everyone loves perseverance. Oh, what the heck? Sorry. Oh, no, that's not good. That cannot be good. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. What is going on? What is going on? What's going on? I don't know. You know, I really don't know. Wow. This is a scary game. This opponent is better than me, so it's tough to win. I can tell they're better than me. Okay, got a pawn. Oh, that's bad. Am I gonna survive? Oh, I did not survive. Okay, let's play one more and then I'm gonna stop. This is gonna be tough. I like playing the same person though. They're not gonna let me take a pawn again this time. They did? They need to understand that is not the way to play that opening at all. Wow, that's really superfluous to let me do. Oh, I just misclicked. I just misclicked. I meant to castle and I didn't castle, so now I have to castle manually and it's going to take like 3 moves. Oh, they're going to drop the rook to the back rank. Okay, let me just go there. I think that. Yeah, but then I go there. Okay, and then, yeah, they... Chess is so hard, you know? Okay, queen trade. Rook trade. And then I lose a pawn, but then I advance. Okay, get my king activated. That could be a big difference. Don't let their king get activated. Okay, keep activating the king, honestly. That is sort of the answer here. That could be the difference. That could be the world of difference. Oh, I lost a bishop! No! No, that's not good. This person's good. This person is better than me. And it shouldn't be allowed for someone to be better than me, you know? Okay. Oh! Wow, they just blundered entirely. Wow. 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 I lost. I lost. So... Oh my god. Chess is such a hard game. Chess is such a hard game. Well, that was a great stream. Thank you for coming out and enjoying this in the present or the future. You ever considered covering other shows you have an interest in? I have, and I have a few things that it's possible in the next year or two I do a video about, but you know, I don't watch shows that often, but sometimes if I do, I'm like, oh, I could make a video about this. So I might do it. You never know. I'll see how things go. But this was the live stream. I am about to head out, and thank you so much for, I mean, that was a tough one with the time at the end there. But, you know, I'm going to become world champion eventually of chess. That's for sure. So, okay, well, thanks for watching, and, you know, watch you later, or catch you later, and, you know, subscribe to the podcast, and, become a member or Patreon person if you want to, enjoy the Patreon, the podcast to the members and the patrons, where I may do a funny podcast, and I'm, super fun, and it's very fun. But yeah, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming out, and hope you have a good night and rest of your time and your life until I talk at you next. And okay, well, that's about it. Okay, bye.